Hello, Bloomerinos. It's Keleas here. Are you ready for our simple and quick wreath we're going to make today? I sure am. Y'all, when we do these projects that are simple and easy like this, we want to make them in under 30 minutes. So quick and easy, and they're a great introduction to wreath making. You may pick up some tips and tricks anytime you see one of our videos like this, but I want you to know these are supposed to be easy and fast and make wreath making less intimidating for you. So welcome. Let us know if you're here live with us or you're on the replay. I love to chat with my viewers. If you want instructional video that is step by step without chatting, you can join us in our class where we have recorded tutorials where you can learn the principles design. So you can get on the wait list for the class at KeleasDesignSchool.com, and all the supplies we're using are coming from Keleas.com. All right, if you don't like or follow or subscribe to our channels, you need to do it. Do all the things, because this is where we have all the fun every week, all the time. Now, this project we're going to work on today, I'm going to talk about the supplies we've got going. This is a bow we made. It's called a funky bow. We make bows on Wednesdays, and we have lots of tutorials for you guys to go back and watch. And basically, these bows work great to fill up big portions of the wreath. So if you're trying to make cost-effective wreaths to resell, and you're trying to really fill up space, ribbon is a great use for that. It really is. It fills in the space super nicely. And with a funky bow, the neat thing you do is you get those tails going up and down, and you get all that fun action of the ribbon going, you know, all the fun directions. So we're going to use this one we tied the Wednesday before last, I believe. But the videos are available for you. We'll replay on YouTube or Facebook, and also on our where else? On our blog. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you guys want to get our live alerts. You're going to send us the word live. You're going to go to textkele.com. You're going to send us the word live. We just send out live alerts from our server where you can find out wherever we're live. And the nice thing is you can go back through that and see what videos you've missed. You won't miss a minute, okay, of everything that we're putting out for you guys to create. So the color palette is being chosen from here. I'm using black and white, and then orange, of course. So I'm going to use a big pumpkin. This is a nice foam, bright orange pumpkin. It's going to pull out the orange in the jack-o'-lantern. We're going to use a big wreath attachment today. This is a kitty, big giant kitty. And so she is going to fill up a lot of the space in the design. So she'll be going in. And then just a little bit of candy. I've got a little bit of candy corn and a little bit of lollipops. That will just make it awesome. Hey, Juanita, welcome. Hey, Bonnie, I see Dora's here. Hey, you guys, if you want live alerts, you got to text us the word live. So text it to 832-734-5201. So you got to do that on your phone. So getting this started is mounting Mr. Kitty or Mrs. Kitty or whatever your kitty is. We're going to put him in first, and I'm going to shift him over to one side, and then we'll have the party on the other side of the design. Now, the kitty comes with a cute little bow, but I'm not going to use that. We're going with a different motif, so I just generally don't worry about that kind of stuff. Just take the little bow off. You just cut the little wire, and she's fresh. She's fresh. She's all good. We're going to put her in, and I need to leave a little room here, but I don't need a lot. So Roxanne just got the alert. Very nice. Very good. And if you want our live alerts, remember, text us the word live and you will get them. 832-734-5201. I'm going to rotate this around and we're going to attach this puppy. Now, whenever you're attaching bigger things to wreaths, you got to think about, okay, where can I actually attach it? Because you can only do it around the base of this frame. And we don't want things flopping all around. Hey, Barbara and Kathy. Glad you're here. Hope you're ready for some fun. So I'm going to start with Mrs. Kitty's tail right here. This is probably the most tedious part. She's got a little wire there, so I'm going to put that through a wire so we can attach that. Then that'll go good there. Now she's got a hanger at the top of her head, so I can use that, but a little bit lower here will even work better. This is the wire on her frame, so there's two. These are cable ties, guys, I'm using. Hey there, good to see you. Carolyn, Sherry, you guys are all coming in off the alert. I see ya. Awesome. We're partying down. We're kittying it up. Okay, and then one at the bottom. We're getting our floral freak on, of course. It's Simple Saturday. We're having fun. Okay, they're all in. So I've got 3 points of attachment. Feeling pretty good about that. Let me rotate it around one more time, and that'll work. That'll work fine. So flip it back around, and we're going to start attaching. This is not the fun part, but it is important. If you make and sell your wreaths, you want to make sure they're going to hang together, literally. You can't have them falling apart. You can't ask that big money for your pieces that you worked hard on and then something fall off on it right away. Especially the main part. So take your time to get this part right. Somehow I twisted the top of this to go through the grapevine. Now, I don't like this to show on the back, so you can see I've kind of come through and I've tried to keep it hidden on the sides. Right, Penny? Well, today's a Simple Saturday project, so we wanted to go quickly. So when you get like a nice base like this that you can make a wreath on, we can make cute things on the kitty, and we've done that before. But when you add her to a wreath, she's such an impact, you don't have to add a whole lot more. Kathy, is this going to be a kit? It is not going to be a kit, but we'll have a supply list. And this one's a pretty easy one, and very affordable. We're keeping this particular project at a lower price point because we want to keep the Simple Saturday projects easy and fast and beginner friendly. I cut that off. I need to get this little tail tighter. This tail needs to be tight. I'm trying to grab the tip of the cable tie. There we go. And that way I can hide it behind the tail. Alright, get in there and cut that off. Now let's get that bottom on there. Flip it around. Mr. Bottom. Now maybe watch my spacing, because sometimes when you do that bottom, you can swing it out or make it weird. So make sure you got it over to the side. We need this open. We need this side open because that's where we're going to put our bow and all our goodies. So I gotta, this is not going to work there where I had it, looks like. I'm going to have to move it a little. Gotta move over just a little. Best laid plans, y'all. Okay. You could cut these and remove it, whatever you have to do. Barbara says she loves adding the wreath for more dimension. Yes, Barbara. So we make the door hangers on a lot of the frames, but any wreath frame can go inside a wreath to really pop it. And we still can make the wreath pretty simple. We don't have to overdo it, so I think you're going to enjoy this video. Okay, kitty's on. She's a happy little kitty. Only thing I don't like here is I can see this cable tie, so I'm going to, if she's tight enough without the tail, I'm just going to undo that one. Let's see if she'll stay on good. Yeah, she's fine. If you needed this down, you could just, I would just move it over and shift it over, but I think she's good with two. Hi there, CT. Good to see you. I'm doing great. We have been blooming in the bloom room lately. We just got finished with our boho workshop, you guys. We rocked it. I enjoyed it so much with all of my bloomerinos. It was awesome. Okay, now, when we're doing a simple project like this, you want to think about keeping the pieces in the wreath tight to each other, because you want to have an impact, and then boom, you're done. So it's a lower price point for your customer, and then it also still fits in with your work, okay? And you're able to have some pieces that are more extravagant, and you have to charge a lot more because they're very floral designy, but something like this is simple, it's beautiful for someone's door, and easy. So I like to tuck the pumpkin in and play with the angles on the pumpkin. That is one of the key things you're going to do here. You're going to play with the angle on the bow and the pumpkin. So I'm going to bring her in something like this, kind of kicking out, like she's chilling with the pumpkin. And we're going to attach her with just some wooden dowels, and we'll pop her in with the skewers. I find that just an easy way to attach these guys. And I know I'm going to put some candy up here, which will hide those skewers. So a little bit of glue on the tip of the skewer, and then I'm just going to go through layers of the grapevine and then just grab that pumpkin. Watch your angle, okay? And we can just push her in. All right, and let's do the same thing down lower here. And so I've got 2 points of attachment. Double check her, make sure she's good, and then she can come out. So you're just using pressure to hold that in, and you're good to go. Okay, so she's kicked out. The party's happening. Miss Kitty is rocking. Now, before we even add candy or anything else, is everybody good at this point? We've got the big wreath attachment in, the big kitty. We've got the pumpkin, which is, it's already coming together really super cute. Now, I'm going to add the bow. I'm thinking about the bow right here. And see what I'm talking about? Just tucking it in, how simple this is. You can take this wreath base and go to the next level with it. And you know what? I can do that on another video for you. But today we want to get this project done quickly. Okay, so we're going to do it like a building block of this project. So that'll be our first part here, where we're going to add some candies. Now, let's just set the bow so we have an idea. If we put the bow there, I think it's super cute to have a couple of lollipops coming out the top above her head. So let's bring her down. Yeah, you guys, if you're just getting here and you wanted to get the live alerts so you'll know when we have a new video, new products on the website, anytime we have new projects coming, y'all know it's getting to be the decorating season, we can text you that out and let you know when we're live. So this right here, I'm going to have one candy up, straight up, and then I'm going to use another one just kind of angled over to the side. Now I haven't put any glue on these, I'm just pushing them into the grapevine. And I want one low and one high. I want to just kind of boop, boop, boop. Party, party. Oh, cute. How simple and cute, right? So let's go ahead and glue those in. We didn't put the bow in yet. I kind of already pushed them through. We're going to just cut these off. Anybody who's sticking out. And then I'm just going to pop a little glue in right below. You're not going to have to worry about covering this up because it's going to be under that bow. It'll be hidden. I might put a little moss just in case the wind blows the bow up. Y'all know I don't use a glue gun, so you'll see me bring the glue from the glue pot over to my my project. What do I do with the moss? Like, I just had a whole giant bucket of moss from the workshop. My glue is getting cold while I'm looking for it. Hello, moss. All right, well, we'll cover with the bow. But I like to usually hide the glue with moss. I'll put some twigs on it. Twigs going on. Y'all, of course, it's a Saturday, so here come the mowers. They're here. Okay, I'm going to take the bow and I'm going to tuck it in right down here. You'll see there's no place to put that, but we will just take and add a floral pin and pin it in. Kathy, this is so simple. It is, you know, the epitome of Simple Saturday videos. They are here to take all the complexity out of everything and just simplify, you know. CT, you just clicked on, you got the notifications. Fantastic. Well, one of the things we like to do is be able to control our own notifications because of all the changes that are always happening on the social medias. So we prefer if you would get on our text list. We use a notification system. That way we actually own it, and if they take it away, we can definitely let you know what's going on. And with all of our notification systems, you can unsubscribe anytime. We do everything legally. We're not trying to spam anybody. We just want you to have access to what you want to see. Isn't this super cute? Now, I just put one little simple candy corn here, and I think she would look just precious coming up to kind of break up the two popsicles, lollipops. We're just going to put that right in between. So literally, this will be just a nice little different price point than our big extravagant pieces. It'll be less expensive, but it'll be just as cute. And how quickly can I whip these out? I mean, we can whip them out fast. Take a look, guys. We got the candy, we got the kitty, and just a little pumpkin, and you're good to go. You love simple? Awesome! Kathy, that's what these videos are about. Pat, your grandson was like blown away. You told him, listen, we don't play over here. It's serious in the wreath making industry, right? It's serious. Awesome, guys. I hope you enjoyed this sweet little easy wreath, and I hope you try something. If you're a first-time wreath maker, these type of things are really fun and simple. Just to get a collection of candy, a pumpkin, the kitty, and some beautiful ribbons to attach a bow, and you're good to go. You don't have to overthink it. And I promise you, I'll sell this wreath in the shop right away, because it'll be something that is more simple for the folks who like that look. And even though this isn't something that I feel like is like this work of art, it is also adorable and cute, and it definitely works for all kind of different tastes. So we got to keep that in mind when we're creating. All kind of different tastes want something simple, and others want something over the top. I forget that. I'm from Texas. We love everything over the top and extravagant, but something easy like this was just perfect for our simple Saturday get together here. So we made this in 15 minutes. It might take you a little bit longer with the bow since we already had the bow made, but really simple. A little bit of candy, a pumpkin, the bow, and the kitty. So this type of design is really, you need something really super cute here. So I know we have the kitties in a couple of different colors, but think about it when you're designing your own. This has to kind of be the anchor, and then these add to it. All right? I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, awesome, Penny. I can't wait for you to give it a try. Love it. Go to town. Remember, just keep it a little simpler and see if you have a market for that at your craft shows, your vendor markets, or on your Etsy shops. You may have a market for it if you're a seller. You just never know. All right. So I will see you guys next time we're live. Get on that live alert system, 832-734-5201. Text us the word live, and we will send you a notification whenever we're live, and you won't miss a video. Thank you guys for liking and following and subscribing everywhere you're watching. I appreciate you so much, and that allows us to continue to bring you free content like this to keep your wreath making going. Bye, Bloomerinas. I'll see you next time. Let's have some fun with flowers. Welcome, everybody. This is Keleas, and we're so glad to have you. I'm Keleas, and we're going to show you really quickly how to pop together the cutest witch wreath you've ever seen. So we're starting off with a really fun base that we're going to work on. And we're going to need a bow for this one, so we're going to tie the bow first. I'm going to put my little witch legs over to the side. Oh, it's stinking cute. Don't you love those? I love all the fun part of Halloween and how we get into all the whimsical stuff. That's one of the things I love about fall. Well, fall's not quite as whimsical as Christmas and Halloween, but it's just fun to create. Okay, so we're going to use these two ribbons. We're going to go with a black and an orange check here together. Let me grab my cable ties. I'm going to need a couple. I'm going to need a long one and a short one. And if you guys get the kit, it's going to be included in the kit. So you'll have everything you need. And we're going to make a really cute funky bow for this one with long tails. So I'm going to start off here with an 8-inch tail. I'm measuring out 8 inches. I'm going to come to the center and I'm going to twist it. That tail's going to go up. Now I'm going to come in to 6 inches. Now let's go a little bit better. Let's go to 7. Because I want this to be kind of covering up her body, the bow. So I'm going to go over to 7 on the other side. Oh, come here, ribbon. And I'm going to scrunch it, and we're going to go down. And this tail is 8 inches also. Okay, tail up, tail down. Don't forget, guys, if you want to get the kit, just drop the word kit into the comments, and we will send you a link for it. Now grab your orange ribbon. 8-inch tail, we're going to go up. I'm going to twist. We're going to still go out to 7. We're making it big and wide. We're adding this little pop of orange. I'll tell you why. Because on our witch hat, we've got a little bit of orange right here. See how cute? We want to have that color coming out for our Halloween witch wreath. And I'm going to twist. We're going to do 2 loops this time. Everybody's staying out at 7. Twist, 7, scrunch. So we got a tail up, a tail down again, and I'm going to trim that one. Bada bing, bada boom. Now let's get the black and white, bring it out, and bring it back to the party. And I'm going to go 8 inches. This one's going to go up on this side. So I got a black and white on both sides. And now this loop's going to be a little smaller at 5. The other day we were calling this the Beetlejuice ribbon. Isn't it fun? It doesn't have the purple, but the black and white just makes it so fun. And of course, we're bringing in this ribbon to go with her cute little legs over here. That's why we're bringing that one in. And I'm going to trim this one, 8 inches too. We made that one a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to grab my orange ribbon again. And I need 2 tails in a, well, we're going to have to add our long tails now, okay? Because I want some tails coming down by those legs. So I made these about 24 inches long. We're going to put that in the middle. And I'm trimming. And actually I trimmed that the wrong way. I like these angles to be opposite. So I'm going to have this one go this way. Okay. And now I'm just going to scrunch that down. That's one set of tails. Oh, you know what, guys? Because I'm not going to have the black and white tails because we've already got her legs. We're just going to use the orange. I forgot about that. Now, we're going to use this. We're not going to take this off. We're going to go with one little loop in the center. But we've got to do our tail up, tail down again. Tail up. One little loop. And I'm going to make it just a little shorter than my last one. So really, we're making just this really adorable bow for the center. Y'all, and the Easy Bow Maker will not be in your kit. But you can pick this up at decoexchange.com, or you can also grab it on Michael's Arts and Crafts stores. They have the bow maker, and basically it just holds everything for you. So I've got 2 long tails that are coming down, okay? And then I've got my beautiful bow. The recipe for this bow, for those of you who follow us and know how we call the recipes, this is a 1, 2, 1, 1. We're starting at 7. This is at 5, and this is at 4. Okay. Ribbon done. Now 8-inch cable tie, we're going to run that right up the side here, and I'm going to bring it to the top. I'll slide that around the back, and we're fluffing everything. Look how cute! It is coming to life, guys. Once I'm completely happy with it and how it's all laid out, I'm going to go to the back and put in my cable tie. And just cinch it tight and trim it off. Basically, the only supplies you'll need to make this are some wire cutters, guys, and some scissors. All this ribbon is wired, so this puppy is going to be shining when we put her together. She's going to be so cute. And really so simple. The last thing I do is I want to come in the center, and I'm going to use a little piece of the black and white because I want to cover up my cable tie. So I'm just going to slide this right down. I cut about a 12-inch slip piece of ribbon, and then I just fold it on itself to get it nice and tight. And we really got that Beetlejuice look. It's going to look great with her legs. See how that trims out the center really pretty? That's just a little touch we want to do. All right, 2 little hand over hand knots just to get this nice and clean. Bada bing, bada boom, yay, yay, yay. All right, grab your wreath base. Here it comes. Yay, yay. All right, now let me make a little room here. So we're going to be using the bow in just a minute, but we need to get the body all positioned and get the legs in there how we want. First, grab the leggies. And let's get them placed in. Okay. Let me spread them just how I want them. I like her heels. You can have them facing in like this, like she's bow-legged. Or you can have her go out, whatever you're feeling. I think she's kind of a whimsical witch, so I'm going to have her go inside. You can see here I'm just placing some of the pine through the black pine, which is so fun and wispy. And that's going to kind of help them hold them in place also. We're going to be wiring and tying it all in, but it's going to kind of get it positioned. All right. Okay, it's got a little grabber here, a little bitty ring of ribbon. I'm going to grab a cable tie, and I'm going to attach that to make sure that it cannot fall out. Just going around one of the wire bases. It's got a wire right here. And I'm just going to cinch that tight. Did I miss it? I missed it. You have to grab the ribbon loop. All right, doesn't work. Okay, let's try it again. Come through there. There we go, I got it. This is not like our whole plan, but that's like a part of our backup plan. We're gonna be pinning this all together from the back to make it nice and sturdy, but that's the start. Now the second thing I do for a little more support is I take one of the pieces of pine and I just come right up the hoo-ha here and hold it tight. Okay, oh my gosh, I love her being bow-legged too. Don't you love all these little, look at the little dots on the boots. Okay, hat time, hat time. Our hat is great, it's flat, it's perfect for a wreath. So we're gonna come right in the center here. And I'm gonna use, I gotta think about my placement before I put it down. Of course I wanna cover up this. Depends how long or short you want her legs to be, so you play with it. I want her to be kind of big. So I'm gonna put this up here. Now her bow, if it goes right here, how are her tails gonna work? Let's take a look at that. That's cute for these to kind of pop up above. I think we're okay with that. I like that position right there. So I'm gonna take the bow out. We're gonna pin this all in with the floral pins. Now, I also want this little orange doodad to kind of come out down below the bow, the curly pick, because I thought that would bring, that orange color is also on her hat, and that would kind of bring this down here. Like this is her little broom she's riding. So let's see if that would show if I have it there. I'm gonna try to see. Yeah, I think it would be fine. That'll work great. So the way I can attach this here is just use a cable tie again, and we'll just go on that wired piece that we had, that we put around through the hoo-ha. Now I'm gonna tighten that up nice and tight. And so, just in case anybody tries to pull on it, we'll just bend this down so that wire is completely holding it in, okay? And then I wanna make sure this wire can't come loose, which it probably can't now, but I'm just gonna wrap another little piece of the wire pine base behind it. Okay, easy done, that's all secured. We're happy with it. And a little bit of this laying over will keep this from flopping when it's on your door. Okay, we're gonna put this right here. And I'm ready to start pinning these in. I'm gonna take these floral pins, they're gonna come in your kit, and we're gonna use those to push right into this base. I'm gonna pop them in a little bit of the glue. I've got a glue pot going, but you can use a glue gun. Just be really, really careful because it's so hot. And I'm just pinning this around a wire. So I'm taking one of these to attach it to. And we're gonna do that 2 or 3 times in the back to get this attached. All right, go on that wire. Awesome. And then how about one more up here to this wire? We'll get that straight in just a second, so it's not wiggling around. No wiggling, buddy. I'm coming up higher right here. Don't go too hard or you'll push through the hat. Just be really careful. Okay, awesome. Now, we're gonna do a few through the felt part of the leg. So let me flip this around and we'll do it from the back now so you can see. So this is the felt part of the leg. And what we want to do is push right through that into the hat. So we kind of make this all one piece. It's a little tricky to get through it, so I'll just do one side at a time. Okay, so that side's through. And I'm going to wiggle this side. Get in there, buddy. How come one side goes so easy, the other side's so difficult? If it acts crazy like that, you can get an awl. Just something that's pokey. And we can poke them through a little bigger hole. Oh yeah! Don't mess with me, I will get the big pokey on you. Alright, there's our pin. I'll just do a dry run. So I poked it through. Now I'm going to hit it with some glue, but don't try to go through with the glue on the front. It's just too thick. So I got glue from my glue pot on my bamboo stick. Oh, don't hit your hand. Now I got a little glue on the wires. I'm going to just push it in. And we're going to go at a little bit of an angle just so we don't push through the hat. I forgot to tell you that earlier and I don't want you to have a disaster. Same thing on this other side. The awl is making it easier. Just something pokey where you can poke it through. So, and that kind of makes this hat and legs all one section. All right, pin coming through. Now let me get some glue on it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, pin it in at an angle. Awesome. Okay. Now, The only thing I want to do is maybe one more pin up here with a little bit more of this pine, just to hold that hat where it's not going to move. It feels pretty good. And remember, pin at an angle so you don't go through the hat. Awesome. So it's all pinned in. You can turn it back around. I love her little legs. Okay, so she's got her feet. She's got her broom in. She's got her hat on. Okay, it's wiggling a little more than I like it. I don't like it to wiggle because I want it to feel really stable. So that's okay. We're going to come in with another pin over here. I'm going to dip it into glue. You just see how many you need in yours. It might just, you might get it all tight on the first go. There. Ooh, that's better. She's happy. Now let's get our bow. Grab our bow. Y'all, this is so adorable. Adorable and simple. And look, you don't have to overdo it. Oh my gosh. How cute. Cable tie. We're going to attach this to her little broom. Okay? Going on her broom right here. That is so cute. I'm going to get it nice and tight. Trim. I'm just trimming off the excess cable tie. Right there, it's done. And let me fluff her. You guys, you need to grab this kit. Drop the word kit in the comments. We'll send you the link. And you can be whipping out your own little witchy witch wreath really quick. I'm just curling these longer tails, but I definitely want those to flow out by her feet. We did it, guys. We did it. Witchy witch is ready to hang on your door. Man, you might think garlands are just for Christmas, but guess what? They're not. Our colored garlands will let you use them for any season. You're going to see how easy they are to create a base for your very own swag. We're going to make so fast and easy, and I hope you enjoy it. So come on in. Let's get started. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share wherever you're watching, because it really helps us grow, and we can make more videos like this for you. And this is going to be a little cute little witch swag, and I'm going to show you how to make this really fast and easy. It's one of the things I love to do, just break it down simple, but make it so cute and unique. We started off with the cute little witch's boots, which you just love these guys because they're like kicking up their heels. Isn't that precious? And we've got a matching hat. Of course, she needs a hat and all kind of fun balls. You're also going to need a spray, of course, that has a lot of motion and activity. And I like this one. It's got all the great colors of Halloween. We'll be using the black garland like I talked about. Y'all know all these supplies are available on Keleas.com. And if you need the kit, just let us know in the comments. And we will get you the link to the kit, too, so you see everything that's involved in this. Then you're going to pick one ribbon. I picked the orange Happy Halloween. I just think it's precious. It's got a lot of cute little glitter and webs, and I like that check on the side. Isn't that fun? It's really cute. That's going to be our ribbon. Let's get our base started off, and then we'll tie our bow in just a minute. This is about a 2-foot section of the garland, and all I did was take and cut it. So you can see right here, I cut it with some wire cutters. You guys can do this same type of thing for Christmas or fall. We're going to use this as our base. And so, as I would say in design school, our design school opens up twice a year, so you can get on the wait list there where I teach you the principles of floral design and help you become a better designer. So you can not just follow tutorials, but you can learn and start to do your own designing. You can find out more information about that at KeleasDesignSchool.com and get on the wait list. But I always tell my students we need to shake hands. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're like shaking hands with each spray. On here, each of these pine tines, as they call them, and we want to make sure they are flat and spread out. So it creates this great little base for our swag, okay? Once I do that, the next thing I want to do is make my hanger. And the easiest way to do that is just flip this over. Take 2 of these pine tines that won't mess up your design too much, like these 2 would work great. And make a little ring, okay? Make it kind of towards the top, but not at the very top, because we don't want it to show. And you see here, I've made a little ring, and that'll be my hanger. This is not going to weigh anything, but we need just a little built-in hanger, and we're good to go. Now let's turn that around. So that's my top where the hanger is. This will be my bottom right here. You're going to find out how easy these are to work with. This is awesome. Grab your leggies. They're going in next. The only tools you're really going to need is you'll need some wire cutters. We might need to cut a few things. Or some scissors for our ribbon, of course. So I like for the boots to be kind of kicking up and just be a little bit shorter than the end of the garland. I want the garland to be almost the longest thing. So I'm going to lay that here and just leave the support wire on. I don't need to change that at all. Okay, I'm just setting it there. All right, next step, get our hat. Bring our hat over, and I'm going to fluff all this out. So shake hands once again and spread the sections of the hat out. It's got 3 little sections. Just have to be careful because you don't want to pull those balls off. So kind of wiggle it. We don't want to lose any of those balls. Those are adding all that dimension. But you can see I've separated them out, spread them apart, and I'm going to run them down. They're overlapping. So there's our hat, and you can bend it like that. And there's her legs. Now she won't have a face. We'll have that bow that we talked about right here in the middle. And I've just got them overlapping. Now I'm ready to go ahead. As soon as I think I'm happy with the spacing, then I will take and do 1 crisscross here in the middle. Okay. I'm going to add our balls next, and after the balls are in, that's kind of our color and our pizzazz. After those are in, we'll trim these stems or we'll hide those stems. They're all black, so they're camouflaged in there. Now here's our balls, and I'm going to add this a little bit lower than the legs, okay, because I want that to pop out just right at the bottom of the swag right there. And I'm going to take one and bend it up, because I want one to come up here and be the party at the top, and these will be opposite. Okay, now I need to secure that one, so I just crisscross. You don't even have to use cable ties on this, it's so easy. All right, how about come down to the bottom, and let's do one more crisscross down here to support this one. Beautiful. And we're going to have a bow, so don't worry about anything through here. Let's come to the top, and I am going to trim these a little at the top that are, that one was coming off the legs. And then I'm going to trim the other one coming off the balls. I have to leave the other. I don't want to cut off any of these fun little wispy parts at the top. I want to leave those. So we'll just bring that off. And I'm going to take and crisscross these. And once again, I'm crisscrossing just to hold the wires so I don't have to use any more support pieces. This is how you're going to make these, like, you're going to go to town on these. These are great for craft shows, guys. Simple things like this, you don't have to charge as much for because they aren't going to take you long to make. And they're super cute because you're starting off with premium products that you can get from us at Keleas.com, and you don't have to add as much. Okay, that part's done. Now let's add the magic of a bow. And you could put any kind of bow you want, but you know we're going to put in the Happy Halloween one. So I'm going to pull this to the side for a second. Come here, buddy. Our witch is soaring off to the side. I'm going to grab my scissors. You're going to need some cable ties. Oh, we got to wipe up just real quick. We got a glitter fest. Now, grab your Easy Bow Maker. And we're going to make a really simple bow. Okay? You can decide your length by taking your swag. Oh, excuse me. Bringing another ribbon with me. Here's my swag. And I want to decide how long I want my tails to be. Just take your ribbon right up to it. This is where the bow is going to sit. And if I want it to be a little bit longer, I'm just going to measure from the center of where the bow is down to the bottom of the swag. And that'll be my length. So I'm going to make it just a little bit longer at 20 inches. Each project's going to vary depending on what size of legs you're using. And but for this project, the 20 works for perfect. So I just twist that. Oops, excuse me, ribbon. Don't come off my roll. All right. Now I'm going to go at 6 inches because this isn't a really big witch. I'm going to twist and twist. When you get back to the center, hold it in the middle. You guys know I do Bow Wednesdays every Wednesday on our Facebook page where you can interact live with us. So no matter where you're watching this right now, if you want to come out live, ask questions, get help on your bow making, that's the place to be, okay? All right, 6 inches. We're going to do 3 loops, okay? 3 beautiful loops. Isn't that pretty? Come over here, 6 inches, and then I scrunch it when I get back to the front. And I'm going to cut these at the same angle on each side. Down and down. Beautiful. Now I'd like to add just one more little set of tails and loops. So I'll make this one just a little bit shorter, probably like a 16-inch tail. And I'll cut that at that same angle. I like the angles to match on each side of your bow. These were at 6. I'm going to come down to 5 now. 5 inches. Twist. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. 5 inches over here. And twist. We're just doing 2 loops. This is it. So this recipe for this bow, if you're a real blue merino and you know what we're talking about, this is a 3-2 recipe. 3-2. Starting at 6 and then at 5. Scrunch that last loop and bring those down. Okay, our bow is done. We're going to pull it off the bow maker. So I'll just put a cable tie right underneath. Put a finger on top and gently pull that up. Get some pressure, but don't have it too tight. I'm going to rotate that to the back, and we're just going to fluff this right up. Spread these out. How cute is this? I love simple Saturday projects, guys. I think they just give you quick wins, so you cannot feel intimidated, especially if you're new, or if you feel like you need to fill up your Etsy shop. You guys know I teach Etsy over at Makers University. These projects are fun and easy, and you can get that shop filled up right away with stuff that's different. Not like your everyday wreath. It's a little bit different and more fun. Okay, there's our bow. And if you want to add a piece to the center, you can. I'm just going to camouflage mine with a little bit of the tinsel when we put it in the swag. So let's grab it back. Oh my gosh, isn't it so super cute? This little guy is sweet as can be. She's turned out even better than I expected. I'm going to pop her right in the middle, and we're going to use that cable tie. Oh my gosh, she's so precious. She is really so precious. I'm going to get this tight, and I'm going through the hole in the cable tie. I'm trying to. Get in there. Yeah, get in there. No wobbling, baby. You got to get in there. Okay, got it. Trimming that off. Now I want to grab, remember I talked about grab a little of that tinsel and just come right through the center of the bow, and you can just camouflage your cable tie. Perfect. Now I would do a little work on my tails before I would call it done. I'll take my longer tail and we'll run it right down the back. I think that looks pretty in the dimension. That's something I teach in design school a lot, is we've got to have dimension. We've got to break the plane of the other elements in our piece. It's real important to do that. I take this and give it a curl. Look at there. This is pretty. I mean, I know the witch she'd be cackling. Isn't she precious? She's so precious, and we made the cutest little swag. She's about 24 inches long, and she's just full of goodness. Guys, this is a great project. I can't wait for you to try your own. Don't forget, there's lots of uses for greenery and garlands. And even though this is a Christmas garland that's in a black color motif, you can also do something like this with elves. I'm sure we'll do something later in the season with fun little pieces like this. Today, we are going to be creating a great little swag, and I think you're going to love it. So come on in, welcome. I'm going to get my little camera out of the picture. Y'all, what we are working with today is so fun. It is actually a paint stick. So we did this cute little project. Rhonda Nickerson and I came up with the idea that we would take and use this as a base. So we just picked this particular paint stick up at Home Depot. And they have a whole different selection of different sizes, also with yardsticks. But this is actual paint stick for stirring the 5-gallon buckets of paint. And we just base coated it. And you can base coat it whatever color you're going to make your swag. Now, this one's green. You could also paint it black. But we are going to be using this black garland to cover it all up. And we're going to get this sweet little witch hanging on this swag. So the only thing I've done so far, I kind of started a couple little pieces of the process here for you, so we'll go a little faster, is I have hot glued and used Gorilla Glue 2 pieces of foam on here. We're going to use those to help secure this whole piece together. This is the liquid Gorilla Glue. You can also pick that up at Home Depot. I put both of those on there, and what I'm going to do is take some of our black garland you can get at Keleas.com. And if you need the supply list for anything we're doing, just let us know on the video here, wherever you're watching this. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us so you can get more updates about what videos we're doing and when. So you can see this is a little bit longer than the paint stick. So I have it a little bit longer. And this was already on the garland, this loop. It's a wire loop for a hanger, so I'm going to use that up here at the top. Okay, so this is one side of the girl, and now I'm going to come and grab another piece. I've already cut these to length, and you'll notice I've kind of folded them to where they're all on one side, okay? So I've folded them where they all point each direction. Now I'm going to zigzag them together a little bit, and we're kind of creating our own little swag base, okay? And I really haven't attached this to the paint stick yet at all. All I'm doing is taking these two pieces and crisscrossing them so they're kind of sandwiching together, and we're getting a nice little shape here. Okay, so just crisscrossing. Now I know I want this to be my hanger, so I'm going to bring my little loop to the top up here, okay? Can you see that? That's the wire loop. So take these other pieces and just put them behind. Now you're going to need a staple gun, so grab a staple gun, and you want staples that are smaller where they're not going to shoot through the back of your paint stick. Grab some of the pine, and we're just going to fire some staples in there. It's pretty forgiving. And if you go through the actual little pieces of pine, it won't, it's not as hard to get over as that main lead wire. So there's our hanger. And you can also add a hanger just to the back of the stick if you want to also. So I'm going to take and just fire a couple staples in here, a few of these. Okay. So I've got those stapled. And the next way I'm going to make sure I've got this double secured is I'll grab a couple floral pins. Here's our ribbon we're going to use just a little bit. I'm going to put that over there. And I'm going to take a couple floral pins, and I'm going to make sure to pin into my floral foam that I've cut and put in here. Now, the floral foam, you can just get at your local craft store. You want the kind that's not used with water. And just go around that wire base and fire a couple of pins into the foam. This is not going to hold a bunch of weight, the actual pine. It's just on here to cover and create our own little base. Okay? So got that done. That's super easy. You can do that. Now, I like to cover this with its own little section of pine also. So just cut a little smaller section and just lay it right on top. So it kind of camouflages that foam. Go ahead and shake hands. You know, in design school, I would say shake hands. So we're going to shake hands with each piece of the pine. Spread them out. You're going to give this a dip in my glue pot. I've got it over here to the side. Just give it a little dip, and I'll press those down into the wire. There's one, probably two or three. And this is working great because it's going to camouflage the whole base. All right? And then we're going to start to create Miss Little Witchy. We're going to create her so stinking cute. All right, the first thing we want to do is we get her legs in place. So I'm going to make a little room here, and I know I want her legs at the bottom. So we're just going to start to lay out the design. Okay, so I'm going to take these and kind of kick them over to the side with her little feet are like that. Now, I'm not really doing anything yet. I'm just setting everything in place. Okay? Next step is I want to put a little pumpkin underneath her. And I thought it was so super cute to kind of put a leg on top of the pumpkin and kick this out to the side. Okay, so my hanger, my top of my witchy's going to be up here with her hat, and this is the bottom with her leg and her pumpkin. So let's get that set in first. We don't need this little hanger on here. I'm going to cut that off. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to kick her legs out to the side. She's got big wires running through there, so you can literally do whatever you want. Now we're going to use our floral pins like normal, and I'll just be pinning right through this. This is kind of like a heavy-duty felt, and I'm going to press it through first. So it goes through the felt, and I think it goes right through her leg. I'm going to try. If that's too hard, just go through the felt. Nice. Okay, so I've got the pin through. It went through. It's not going into anything yet. Now I'm going to bring the glue to it. I just put a little on my bamboo stick, and I'm going to just tuck that right into my foam. Floral foam is your friend. It makes it go so fast and so easy. Just tuck it in. Hear that crunch? You know you're in. I like to use a couple of pieces on here just for security reasons. So I can get another piece up through the top here. And I'll just push that through, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring the glue to it. We'll just tuck that one in. Yay! Okay, it's gonna go in nice and sturdy. I love that in there. Okay, so we have 2 pins holding these legs on good. Now, I know I need to get a pumpkin down here, so I'm going to find out where the foam is. We've kind of got it camouflaged, so just feel for it. I really want this leg kind of kicking over this pumpkin. Like she's like, yeehaw. Got this cute little pumpkin to be sitting on. Kind of side saddling it over here. So I'm going to get a piece. This is actually just a floral stem. And if you use an awl, it helps poke holes really great into the foam base of pumpkins. So the pumpkins we sell are actually foam. They're not plastic. Oh, don't dip that in the glue pot. You just want to make your hole first. Make a hole. Then here, this is a wire from a floral stem. You can also use a bamboo stick, but the nice thing about having a wire is we could change the angle if we need to. All right, let me cut that down a little bit. Holy smokes, the big axe murder knife just fell down. Somehow I lost my little knife between here and Dallas at Wreath Makers Live, so I've got a big old knife now. Okay, I like to kick this leg up like she's just having a party on top of that pumpkin. Now, once you get it the way you want it, all you got to do is just take and pin it. So find the wire in here. There's a sturdy wire here. Go right around the wire with your pins. So you're not just going through the fabric. I'm grabbing the wire. We're going to use the same technique. Because we're using foam, it'll just push right in and you can secure the leg where you want it to be. So I'm just going to push that in. Put that right on top of the glue. And her little leg is in there. Ah, she's so cute. So her leg's in. She's kicking up, having a party. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get her, the bow is going to go right in the center of her body. So it's going to cover up all these mechanics here. But let's get her hat in. So I'm going to get her hat right in here. And I kind of like her hat going catty corner to her body. So it's poking up really nice here at the top. But let's get some hair in, because I have these 2 curly picks that give her the cutest hair that matches her pants. So I call it Medusa hair, because it's just coming out like a bunch of curly snakes. So we'll just set one on each side. Let's have this one kind of come out this way. How fun is that? We can curl it, or we can keep it, you know, tighter, looser. Okay, I'm just setting it out first to get the shape, y'all. Get that shape going. Curling these in. I'm loving the curlies. Always loving the curlies. So if I put this one, I think I like them kind of coming down a little. So I'm going to trim these where they're short enough to not be too pokey, but get into my foam down there. Because the foam is not all the way at the top. So I'll just give that a nice little bend. Like she's got some curly locks. I'm going to go into my glue pot and just tuck this in. She's going to have the cutest hair here. I love the curly hair. Isn't that cute? All right, let's do it again on the other side now. Let me give her a twirl and a swirl in here. Put that one in. Oh, how cute. Look at that hair. Oh my gosh. How cute is that? And it's all wired, guys, so you can manipulate it however you want. All right, time for the hat. I'll just make that flat, and the hat is going to go in here. Remember, we have a bow coming in, but I love for her hat just to kind of fire out of there. Isn't that cute? Okay. She is coming along swimmingly. I love her. For the hat, we're going to need another either bamboo stick or a wired floral stem. I think I'm going with a bamboo stick here. And you just need a little section for the bow, so I'd leave a little bit open. I'm going to take this and just poke it into my hat. And I'm going to go just right here in the back. Okay, so I'm kind of at an angle, and I'm just pressing it in. Once again, all foam, really easy to attach. Just cut this long enough to where you can still get it into your foam. You can dry run it however you want. Oh, it's cute, y'all. Super cute. And I just need to hide this stick into the behind the bow here. There we go. Aha! Look at her little hat. Isn't it super cute? Look at her little legs and hat. Nice. And you could make this super fluffy or do whatever you want. Now, she's going to have, her hair needs to come down just a little bit, so I'm going to bring it down. Check out her head. Isn't she cute? I love her. Bring these curls down. This is her fun, whimsical hair. So she's totally taken shape. Let's go ahead and make her bow. And we'll put her broom and her bow in last. But let's make the bow together. Grab your Easy Bow Maker. And I'm just using two bows, ribbons. I'm using a polka dot. Because, of course, we've got that cute polka dot on her feet. And then I'm also going to use a little orange to pop out the Halloween colors. So this is our Easy Bow Maker. And I'm going to make the tail long enough to come out behind her legs. So I'm going to make it about 20 inches. Bring it to the center and I'm going to twist it. There we go. Out at 6.5 will do us on this one. 6.5 and twist. 6.5 inches out here on the measurement and twist. We're going to do 2 loops of the polka dot at 6.5. And twist and just fluff these guys right out. Isn't that wonderful? Scrunch it. I love polka dot. You can never go wrong with polka dot. Okay, and there's our nice long tails. And that's going to be important to our design. We want the ribbon popping out behind our little witch. All right, now we're going to bring in the orange ribbon. And I'll cut this at the same angle to match on this side of my bow. Come to the center and twist. And let's go at 6 inches, just a ½ inch shorter. 6 inches. Oops, my ribbon is getting a little tangly on me. I'm going to twist each of those, and we're going to do 3 loops this time. Okay. So our recipe so far, if you enjoy our Bow Wednesday videos and you watch us on Wednesdays, we do bow making. Our recipe is a 2, 3, and then I think we're going to come back with a 1. 2, 3, 1. So we have a nice pop of the orange here. Let's take and cut that one. And now let's bring back in the black. Back to the front. And that will kind of tie it all together. I'll cut all the angle cuts on the same on each side of the bow. Let's do 1 here. And I'm down to 5 inches. Okay. Really cute. Just 1 at 5 inches. Scrunch it when you're done so you don't have to do another twist if you're done with loops. There is that bow. And we're going to use cable ties to tie it nice and tight. Let me grab a couple. I like those because they just keep it tighter than you could with a wire. I'll run one of the cable ties right beside this. Gently pull it up, add some tension. Okay. And I'm going to take and rotate that to the back and just fluff this all up and spread it all out. Look how beautiful. And you're going to get the shape you want. Remember, you need that body big enough to fill in the area on the garland of where her face would be kind of under the hat. This is all the foo-foo. Okay, I'm going to flip this around, add a cable tie underneath. That's how we're going to attach it to our paint stick base and all our garland. And I'm going to pull this nice and tight. Just take and trim that off. The last step I need to do is come in and add a little bit of ribbon down the center, or I could just leave that black. You really wouldn't notice it. But I generally like to add a little detail down the middle of my bow for a touch of fun. I'm going to take and just fold those in on itself and run that right down the center. Look how cute! Just tie a little knot in the back. And this guy's going to be ready to go. Now let's add her to her swag. I just got to cut the little tails. You can't have those all crazy. So here she is. So this bow recipe is a 2-3-1, meaning 2 loops, 3 loops, 1 loop. And we're going to use this back on our swag. So let me bring her back over. This is really what starts to tie her all together. Look how cute she is. Isn't she precious? Her bow goes right in the middle. Oh my goodness. Let me tie her in there, and then we will get her little tails all situated. And this bow, we want it tucked in between the hat and the body. This is so cute because it's almost like her little dress that's flowing down is the bow. Okay. And I take the long tails that were in the back of the bow and we run those right down the back of the swag. Look how cute it is. She's so cute. And this down the back also. Okay, so those are kind of popping out the bottom. Look at her. Isn't she precious? I'm going to move my Keleas.com over just a little bit. Ooh, that was some hot glue. All right, so the very last step is I like to pop her little broom in there as if she's kind of riding it. It has a little bow on it. So the easiest way to do that is just kind of take it, run it popping out of her legs, also right next to the pumpkin. And we're going to pin that right onto her pumpkin also. Make sure you're using glue on the pins as you pin it into the foam. And just get up here and grab the wire. There's a wire on this bow. And just press it right in. And then the bow can cover up all the mechanics. And this kind of flies out. Like, this is so stinking cute, y'all. Really pretty easy, guys. You need your legs. You need a broom. Look at her little boots. Is she not so cute? She's flying high, y'all. She's flying high. I can't wait for you to make your own little witch's swag. Don't forget that you can do this right on a paint stick. Can you believe that? A simple paint stick or a yardstick cut to a smaller proportional work. And this girl's ready to fly. Make sure you follow us here. We would love to send you text messages and let you know when we are live or we have new videos for you to watch. With all the decorating seasons coming up, I don't want you to miss out on any of the fun. So text us at textkele.com. And I will see you next time, Blue Merinos. Make sure to have fun with flowers. Tonight, I thought we would make a Halloween wreath together. And we're going to kind of take a twist on an oldie but goodie, okay, that I think you'll like. I'm going to pull up your comments, though, and say hi to everybody. Hopefully the stream is streaming everywhere. And we can get going together. Yay! Good. Good, good, good. I've got, yeah, that's a wreath that a swag we did in design school. You're seeing the bottom of it, but man, it was wild. And we've been filming our latest workshop, so stay tuned. That'll be coming out soon. I know you'll enjoy that. I had a lot of fun, so I think it's a party. When we're together, it's totally a party. Hey, wherever you're watching, can you like, subscribe, and follow? There is big changes in our text messaging service, so all of the texts I used to be able to send are going to cost a whole bunch more now. So we'll still have it. You can still get on the list at textkele.com. You can also text us the word live at 832-734-5201. But we won't be using it all the time. I will use it sparingly. So just make sure you're interactive on there. And if you can get alerts from wherever you're watching, that helps too. Hey, Bunny, good to see you from Charlotte. Awesome. Hey, Ramona. Hey, Mary. And Tina's here. Hi, everybody. Good. So we're still going to use it. We're still have it. But used to, I would text a lot of things. I'm going to have to cut back on that just because our budget cannot afford to text you as much as we were. And if we are able to find a different solution, I'll tell you about that too. But for right now, if you could follow us on whatever platform you're watching, that is so helpful. On YouTube, if you hit the bell icon, that will give you alerts whenever we're going live too. And you can also do that on Facebook. You can say you want to see us first on your notifications. Yay! Hi, Elizabeth. Hey, Teresa. Anytime you can also share our content, it really helps us. And even if that means just download it to your phone, if you have no one else to share it to, that all helps in the algorithm. So not just for me as a creator, but any creator you like. Make sure you're liking and you're sharing and you're spreading the love around for them, it helps them so much. So I appreciate it for me, but do that for anybody you want to see more of, and interact with their videos, meaning click on their videos, watch them, comment, give them some love, all the things. Hello, Ivy. Good to see you. Okay, tonight we're working with the 14-inch wreath base. This is the small one. Dee Dee, yeah, I just talked about the text list, so there won't be as many texts. I will do some, but there won't be as many. It's just pricey, pricey, pricey. But we're working on getting it better. So things are going to be a little bit different. I'm going to put a hanger on this while we get started. So how it's going to work is when we get done with the video, we will put the supply list link here in the comments. Because I'm not always going to be able to text it to you. Okay? Like I did before. Thanks, Pam. Hey, Shirley. So just know, if you're more interactive, the more you'll see. I will still use the text list, just not for every live. Okay, not for everyone. Maybe sometimes, but not for every live and every supply list. I will, for design school, we will be doing that as soon as I'm able to renegotiate my contract with them. We should have access again. Oh, wow, you guys are so close. I love when you guys see a friend or somebody in the same city and y'all talk to each other. It's so cool. And putting the hanger on, that's important to me. I love for my hanger to be on my wreath. I talk about that all the time in design school, but really our customers love there to be a hanger and they know where to put it. Okay? Now, tonight's wreath, I'm going to let you guys pick. But we are going to be making a really simple witch wreath. It's really easy. Basically, we're going to have some hair for her hair. We're going to use a curly pick. We're going to have some legs, super cute witch legs, all right? And then we're going to have a cute, cute witch hat. Okay, so this is what we're going to do to put this one together. Now, I'm going to leave the wreath brown. It's super cute painted black, too. If you wanted to paint it black, you could. And adorable. Just spray paint, really, really simple. Now, this is where I need your help. Last week, on Bow Wednesday, we made 2 bows. We're going to use one of these. Remember I said I'm excited to use one? I want you to look at them. So, here's the one that has more color in the background. Here's the one that has more black. You guys, more color, more black. You tell me what you like. Okay? Tell me what you like best in this design. I'll hold it up to the legs. Here's the one with the more black. We can use whichever one you guys want. Here it is with the legs. Okay, well that's cute. You guys see? And then here is the one with more color. So if you could pop that in the comments, tell me. Oh, thanks for all the likes, you guys that are liking. You're awesome. The more likes, the better. Okay, I have my favorite, but I'll let you pick what you like better. Okay? Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and get the legs in. I took these off another project I had done, so I'm going to just repurpose these. You got to do that. You got to repurpose. Okay, Shirley likes the color. I like it. Teresa likes the color. Bonnie likes the black. Sarah likes the black. We're like tied so far. You guys on TikTok, Lily's liking the more color. I'm trying to pull the pin out of here. Okay, both are nice. Okay, Kathy's just right in the middle. She's like, both will work. I could even recycle these pins. Deb likes more black. All right, let me grab a cable tie back here, and we'll put these in the middle. I'm trying to grab a cable tie. Looks like I'm out over there. Oh, here's one. I got one. More black. You guys are tied again. You'll definitely have your opinions, right? You gotta have them. Okay, I'm gonna attach this. Each of these legs is independent. They do have a wire in there, so I'm just gonna attach this right to the center, and we'll put her in. So when we're doing Halloween designs, they're a little bit different than floral designing because they don't necessarily have as much flowers, but they are just so much fun and whimsical. And you can certainly make scary stuff too. I usually make cutesy, fun things. And on this, we just use the bow right where her head would be. So you don't even need a head. She's a headless witch. More color. Hi, Lisa. More black with the legs. More black. Yeah, I'm going to tell you that's my pick, more black. just because the hat is completely black also. And I think the other bow, I just like a little bit more of the black because we're gonna have the solid hat above it. Okay, so I think we'll go with that. I did, Anna, but we're not in the group here. This is on the main page, but I did see that. But yeah, you can do that in a group. Pretty cool, huh? Hey, Terry, peace. All right, let's put in the hat now. See, the hat has the little polka dot on the edge. Isn't that super cute? We're gonna put that right on the top. And I need to just have room in here for the bow. So I like that this is gonna cover my hanger because I don't like my hanger to show. Okay, so that's perfect. And I'm gonna attach this. I just like to use floral pins into it through the grapevine. It's kind of like cheating. A little cheater. Let me grab my blue pot over here. Yeah, we'll bring it over here on the side. I'll even my sign. I got my sign. Sorry, on TikTok it's backwards. I don't know how to make it all stream perfectly. One day, y'all, one day. We'll get it straight. Okay. So we're putting the hat in. I'm going to pin her in just from the sides. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? I'm glad you're here. Thank you guys for following. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Subscribe, like, all the things. We appreciate it. And don't forget to do that for all your favorite creatives. It really helps them out. And it seems like every time we get things going, something changes, guys. And it's super frustrating. So we appreciate you helping us as much as you can. So tell me what you did for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, especially my dad. I called him earlier and gave him all the love. And then my honey bunny, and you know I had to give him special attention. Today is also our 18th wedding anniversary, me and honey bunny. And it's Juneteenth, which is, if you guys are not familiar with the holiday of Juneteenth, it's when the slaves in Texas found out they were free. And the word finally got to them. So today we have all kind of celebrations going. It's great. It is so great. Okay, now that's pretty easy. I want to put that hair in. Now I'm repurposing this hair from another project. But it's basically what it is 2 curly picks. So easy, 2 curly picks. And on the live sale the other day, I showed you another pick too that can be used. So it just works so perfect because I'm not sure if we have any more of this cute polka dot anymore. But I'm going to fluff it up. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Can't believe it's been 18 years. I'm sure everyone feels like that on your anniversaries. It's like, wow. And all I did is here is I connected these 2 together, but we're going to take it apart. And I'm going to put that behind in the grapevine after I fluff these back up. These were in the rework pile. Oh. Thank you so much. Oh. I'm going to fluff this out. I just wanted to do a cute little curl. There we go. The wire wanted to go that way. It was trying. So let me cut these apart and we'll put those in on each side. So if you haven't tried curly picks for hair, do it. Super cute for scarecrows. Anything that you can add hair to is so fun. And you give the perception that they're looking at the face behind the bow. How did I even attach these? Oh, I see here. Let me just cut the cable ties. That would make more sense. I'm fighting. Congratulations, Pam! Congratulations, Nellie. Wow. Thanks, Kathleen. You guys are awesome. You guys have all been married a long time. What's your advice for this long-lasting marriages y'all have had? We must know. Just get boxing gloves and fight it out sometimes? Just do it. That's what you need to do. Very cool. Oh, knee report. Knee is doing good. It's rehabbing slowly. We had gone to see Deco Exchange this weekend for a quick trip. Damon was giving us tours of the warehouse and the operations for some of the folks in the mastermind, which is really cool. You know, they've grown so much. It's so neat to see how their operation works and what we can learn from that. And as we were walking around so much, I realized my knee is getting better. But it just cannot do everything yet. It'll keep getting there. I think it's been 3 weeks, so we're starting week 4. So it's going to keep getting better. Patient and always assume positive intent. Oh my gosh, those are hard. That's hard, Pam. You never want a divorce on the same day. I love it. That sounds like me. Oh my gosh. Okay, I put some glue in there. We're going to have this just kind of come in, and I'm going to bring her curls down from her hat. But she is attaching behind the hat, so I don't have to worry about trying to hide the glue or anything. And this can all just shoot out of here like the cutest little hair. Look how cute this is already! I love this part. You spend his money, right? Melinda, that works. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Congratulations, Janet 52. Holy smokes. Richard and I don't think can make it that far. We can make it possibly, but doing good. I'm doing good. I've been doing my therapy. Yesterday I did all my therapy, and got to do these wall sits, and then they have me doing these one-legged squats, but I do them to a seated position. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so I just curled these going the other direction. We're gonna put them on the exact same side. I mean the other side, the exact same spot. No, she could have her hair like 80s style, like just, oh my gosh, y'all could have so much fun. You could just have it all come out one side, kick the hat over. Oh, next Witch Wreath, we'll do that. I know, Faith. Every time we put these in, I love these. I think this particular curl sold out, but I showed you on the live sale the other little curls that they're orange and black stripe like this. They're really cute. I think they're less expensive too. They're just not reversible. These have a reverse side. Oh my gosh, isn't that so cute? And then I'm going to kick this under. You guys see? Okay. Alright. I'll try to make that. Like her hair is wild. Okay, how easy is that so far? Super easy. Alright? Thanks, Melinda. You are awesome. Okay, now, I got a couple of little candy corns. I thought it might be cute to just kind of have a little decoration going. Kind of coming out like little back parts of her hair. Like if you could have some little spiders in her hair or something like that, that would be awesome too. We're going to just put these little candy corns in. We're getting advice for keeping a marriage together. I know it's Father's Day, but it's also our my wedding anniversary and Juneteenth. There's so many holidays and celebrations today. The cool thing is, y'all are giving me great advice about keeping together forever, or trying. Okay, what if we just tuck this in like up here, or we could have it kind of come almost like it's right. I think that looks kind of cute, like it's part of her hair too on the inside. I'm gonna glue it in. I'm just sticking it so far. Oh, Deb, thank you. You like it too? Thanks, Cindy. I'm glad you like it. Okay, let's put this one up here. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute. Y'all, so I'm going to start to educate you how to use our website. Rather than me just say it, I'm going to have some videos of where to click, where to go, since the texting is kind of in limbo right now. And that was so much easier, but this way it won't be hard once I show you how and get you trained, okay? I'm a pretty good teacher, so I think you'll get it. Oh, this is cute because it kind of gives her hair another flair. Hey, you can make her hair all out of the candy corns too. This is so fun. I'm loving this. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Hey, Natalie, you're new. Welcome. So glad you like it. This is a really easy design we're doing tonight. that I think everybody can do with not a ton of supplies. Some easy supplies and make it super cute. Okay, our bow we're using. Now, if you don't know how to do bows, we do bows on Wednesday. Replays, there's no replays here on TikTok, but you can get bows on YouTube, and you get bows on Facebook, so you can get the replays. If you need links or help to find them, you just email us, info@keleas.com. We will help you, give you the latest bow tutorials. But this Wednesday we did these, and the difference between them is we just reversed the placement. So in this one we have the black in the back, and this one we have the more stripe in the back, the color. So earlier in the video we chose to use the black one. We're going to put that to fill in the whole void in the middle. Hi, thanks Brandy, thanks so much. So let me fluff it out already. But this is what we call a blast off bow. It's a 3-2-1 recipe. And I show you on Wednesday, I show you how to make it. Natalie, you've been struggling? Well, hey, don't be a stranger. Come around and hang out with us, of course, which I'm sure you've already been doing. And I love to teach you how to make floral designs, wreaths, centerpieces, all of that. I teach every week in my design school. It is a class. It only opens up a couple times a year, but it's going to be coming open this fall. And you can get a sneak peek into design school in our next workshop that I was just filming the last few days. So stay tuned. I'll be telling you all about that. Okay, I'm putting the bow right above her legs to kind of cover up the mechanics right here. I'm going onto that cable tie that I put her legs on with. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I love this. We had this in a kit similar a few years ago. We need to make the kit again. Where we put it in the black wreath. Look how cute this is. Now, I'm going to curl up some of these tails so she can be really super cute. I know, guys. So, one of the things you will have to do is check the supply list on Keleas.com, y'all. So, Keleas.com is where we sell all the supplies. It's where we've got the links to the supply list. If you haven't been there in a while, you gotta go check it out. Like everything, interact with it. When you purchase from us and you interact with us, it allows us to keep making free videos like this. Design school students are paying for their classes each week, so they are getting all the attention, for sure. But I want to be able to do fun projects like this with you too. Look how cute she is. Y'all, if you wanted to make a cute little broom, that'd be super cute, like shooting up out of her pretend hands right here, or maybe down. You guys, you could go all out. I know. Isn't she cute? So simple. So simple. Do you think you could make this? Do you guys think you could make this too? What do you think? Isn't she cute? Look at her boots. I know. Thank you guys. We did have a lovely Father's Day and anniversary and all the things. It was a great weekend. All right, y'all. The supply list is pinned in the comments right below, so you can see exactly what we used. A little trick on our website. In every supply list, there's a link to the video. Okay? So you don't have to worry about missing a thing. If you can't access a supply list, it's because it's for our design school class. Okay? So don't think you've done something wrong or you clicked somewhere incorrectly, but we have stuff that's private for them that you can see it, but you just can't get into it. But anything that's public, you can click on it and go in and click the link and then see the video. Keleas, I am ready to make a cute witch centerpiece with you. This one is all made on a pumpkin, and I love it because I've got this kind of a medium-sized pumpkin, but he looks totally real. You can pick these up at any craft store. We will have a complete supply list for you if you want to get all the supplies. It'll be in the description of the video. All right, we're going to start to prep our base. And what we want to do here is I want to make this super cute and whimsical. So I like to use this hard floral foam, and I've taken a couple of small blocks, and we're just going to take and put one on the front, one on the back, and I'm going to kind of balance them. You could use one piece and cut a hole for the stem too, that would work as well. I like to double secure it with a little bit of Gorilla Glue, and Gorilla Glue is right here. I just get this at my craft store, Walmart, Amazon, anything like that. I'm going to start off here by putting the 2 pieces of foam on. So now I'm going to put some hot glue, go into my glue pot over here, and I'm just going to scrape it off, but you want it kind of thick and juicy. So we're going to put this one back here. I'm going to kind of scrapey and get a lot of glue on there. And then I'm going to put one towards the front. So we're kind of separating it in between the two. Now, one of the reasons I love using the foam pumpkins is they're very forgiving, they're easy to work with. And what we can do is take some floral pins, or you can take like some toothpicks or something that's kind of spiky, and I can take and put these right through to my pumpkin. These are U-pins, okay? So I'm just gonna push them through and push them in. Y'all, pins in, glue on, extra glue on. It feels pretty stable. I'm happy with that. I've got a black garland. I love these black garlands. Of course, you can use them like a garland, like you would in your home. But I use them for filler too, and they work great because this can work as a greenery almost for Halloween because it's black. And it's tinsel, it's on a nice wire. So we're gonna start off by camouflaging a lot of our mechanics here with this. So I'm going to take and fluff it up. I will call that shaking hands. We're going to shake hands, get everybody going in the right direction. We're going to cut this into some smaller sections. But I want this to be in smaller sections where we can start camouflaging the foam at the bottom. If you like our skeleton head in the back, we made him in a pumpkin head in design school. Totally love those projects. They're exclusive to that group. And they have the supply list. They can pop on there and order anything they need to make that exact project, or take the supply list shopping at their favorite craft store and stock up to make the exact same project. Y'all, if you'd like to join our class, just go to KeleasDesignSchool.com and you will be set up. You can go to wreathteacher.com too. That might be easier than my name to spell. All right, I'm coming on with these pieces, and we're going to just take, and I am just going to put them really close to the foam, so I'm just going to bend them. And I'm going to use my floral pins over here again. And then I just take those and I'm going to pin them into the side of my foam. Or, we know you can go directly into the pumpkin too if you want to. But you can see how that's already kind of camouflaging our foam on there. So I'm going to work my way around. Let me get another one. We'll just bend it around. Now, at Christmas time, you can use the same green pine to camouflage the same type of things for Christmas. So I could do this same type of design for Christmas, but on a big ball. How about a big, beautiful Christmas ball? Yeah, I got you thinking now. You're going, hey, options, baby, options. And we're going to work our way around. Oh, that one kind of needs to get, I think we'll push this one into the foam right here. I pinned it on the one side, but not that side. I just use my electric glue skillet like a glue gun. It works just fine. It doesn't get as hot as a glue gun, so I get way less burns. And I'm able to just dip things in there and swirl them around. So it's really quick and easy to work with them. All right, now this piece we're going to just have around the back, and I'll just pin that in a couple of places. And you can see we've already covered up a lot of our mechanics. We're hiding our green foam, so that way it's less to do later. Now sometimes I do this kind of mechanic cleanup last, and sometimes I do it first. In this case, we're not going to have a lot of picks like flying out of the bottom. They're going to come more kind of out of the middle zone here. So we have this started, and we can kind of clean up with that as we get to creating. Now, keep in mind, we want to keep our weight balanced. I know I'm going to have a hat, I'm going to have legs. So as we're designing, we got to think about, okay, where is everybody going when we put it on there, okay? So I think we'll kind of sit it like this, a little catty corner. This is our hat, and our hat's going to go right here. I'm going to put it kind of off to the side in the middle, but I think I want to kind of crunch up the top of the hat and get this moving, give it a little action. So I'm going to cut the little hanger off of it. We don't need that. And we're going to grab one of our stems. I have a longer stem, and you'll have some too on the project that we're doing today. You'll be able to cut the stem off. And we're just going to slice a little hole and go right up the middle so we can kind of manipulate this hat the way we want it. So just get in here and slice it up. This is felt, but you can just poke it and cut it. Put this piece in and see if you can work it to the top. Wiggle, 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 watch it wiggle, see it jiggle. Let me try a skinnier, let me find one that's a little skinnier and see if we can get up a little higher. These black curls we're about to use, they're gonna be pretty skinny, so let's try one of these. I don't know if it'll be long enough though. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. Now, I'm going to put some glue on it now, since I got it in there a little bit better. And that'll help me have a little bit more control over angling the hat and how I want it. So I want it off to the side like this, and that way I can kind of droop it over. We're just going to cut that for a couple of inches. And then I'm going to put a little glue on it. And we're going to put that witch's hat right in. Alright, and bring her way back here. Push her in, get her started. There she goes. Yes! Yes. So she's going to kind of be off to the back here. And then I think I want to take and even bend this hat back a little bit so we can have all this fun stuff in here. So in order to accomplish this, I feel like we should put some glue on there and let it start kind of setting up. And then if you had a clamp like that you could put on it, that would be perfect. So I would have to hold it for a second. So hold please, holding. But if you had a clamp or a clothespin, you just close it right on there and it would hold pretty good. We want to try to get that set up. Now while I'm holding that, let's get our legs in. I think our legs would be super cute. We could do them a couple of ways, but I think I want our legs just kind of crisscrossing like she's chilling here, coming out to the side. They also have wires in them. Let me see if she'll hold yet. Oh yes, she's doing good over here. Don't come undone. There she goes. Don't you do it, girl. You stay closed. See how cute it is to take the legs and like crisscross them or kick them up? I think they're so fun. I'm going to cut this little hanger off and we're going to pin these in kind of towards the top. All right. You guys, wherever you're watching from, make sure you let us know on the video because we're having so much fun. And then make sure you like, subscribe, and follow so you can get more exciting, fun stuff. If you like this Halloween pieces, you can imagine what we're going to do for Christmas and fall and all the seasons. It's a lot of fun. Okay, let's tuck these dudes up in here. They do have wires. I'm going to try to pop the wire through the little leg. We're gonna manhandle this leg. Pardon me for popping out your hip, Miss Witch. Oh, she caught my cable to my phone. Okay. Oh, yep. Beautiful. Now I can play with that some in a minute. We can get it going how we want it. Oh, yes. She's kind of loose, you know. She keeps these legs moving. Yes. Okay. Pop her other hip out. Pardon me while I pop the hip out. Excuse me. Wire coming out. Oh, there it is. Okay, and I want to get this one where she's also just having a great time. And these legs are rocking up here. Let's put this one over here. And then I'm going to see if we can crisscross them. Well, I don't want to have to give her a knee replacement, but I'm feeling like I want them to be up and presenting themselves. There we go. But so far, her hat is chilling back. Her legs are a little bit, we had to do a little dislocation. And then we're ready to put her florals in. And we're going to keep this super simple. We are going to put in these cute little curls in a minute, because these remind me of cute little curly hair. And we're going to give her some berries in there too. So let me start with the berries, and we'll start to section them out. And I want these to kind of give us that creepy feel against the black pine we have in there too. So let's go ahead and lay the foundation with the black pine for her hair. Then we'll come on top of it with the berries and the curls. If you know what I mean, it'll be a 3-step approach to go in here. So let's get this one in here. I'm going to take our pine piece. Now these come in 6-foot garlands, but we're taking and we are using them and cutting them in little sections. So I had used some of this garland in another project already. So I'm going to hold it like a pencil. We're going to swirl it around in the glue pot. And I'm ready to put this in on the right side. Okay, here it comes. Bring it towards me. I'm going to go to that back foam. Okay, and while I'm putting everything in, I also have to think kind of about a little bit about balance, because I just want to try to balance my pumpkin out. Perfect. Now we'll put this one on the left. Super cute! Super cute! Now let's take and fluff this one out, and we're going to put this one on the left. A little on the right, a little on the left. Her hair is looking fabulous. So that's going to work really good as a foundation, and it'll give us a nice black backdrop for the berries to go on top of. Okay, berry time. I dropped the berries, but I got them. Okay, no, these berries I've been working with a lot, and I'm loving them because they're very manipulative, and you can move them around and have so much fun. So out of each stem, I think we can get 2 cuts. So I'm gonna cut these. I'm gonna save these little wires. We might need more. We might need more of the wires. Especially if I get crazy with these legs and I dislocate her hip again. Okay, first going in here. All right, and I want that to kind of poke up and move out. And this one I'm gonna put right next to it. So we got some berries going on the left here. I'm gonna put that one in closer to the hat. Now we tied a bow on a video already for this project. So we will be linking that bow video up also too in this YouTube video so you can have it together. So the bow video will be here and this project video. So when we get to the bow part, it'll be a separate one. All right, I'm just cutting those into 2 sections also. And we're gonna come on to the other side. How you doing? Hello, 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 hello. I love these stinking cute polka dot boots. I feel like I need polka dot boots. See, that's why we have to keep it balanced, because otherwise, you know, she'll start kicking up her feet and things will get wild. They will accuse her of riding her broom under the influence of berries. Oh my gosh. She's so cute. Let's go on the other side. We're going to do the same placement we just did on the left. We're going to do on the right. Oh my gosh, so cute. So you can notice I'm going to leave the center open. We call that the bow zone. So in a lot of our projects, we identify where the bow is going to go, and then we work on our transition points around that. So that's something I would teach in design school as well. So keep that in mind, y'all. If you're creating this for yourself, you've got to establish those zones and stay in them. All right, berries. Berry, 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 berry. She's looking so cute. She's looking really good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give her some berries in the back too, because I want her to look cute all the way around. So let's take and cut this piece down a little bit even smaller. You can't really do it much smaller. I got one berry blowout here. No, we were doing so good, berries. That's okay, I'll remove it. I'm going to cut these into 2 smaller sections. So these are going to be like her back of her hair. They don't need to be quite so dramatic. I'll cut these down. I'm just using my little cutters. And we'll put these around the back. That way she'll be cute in the back too. And let's spin this around and kind of give her just a little touch on the back side. Okay, watch your boots, girl. These boots were made for flying. Okay, now we got our hat. I'm going to put a little berries in the back here. We don't need a whole lot, just a little bit to make it cute. That's where we had our little bit of our hanger up there. So this stem's going to go in right here. Push that in. Perfect. And then I'm going to use some of this pine to just kind of hide my greenery up here. She can have her hair back here. All right, and then how about a little bit on the right? I'm going to trim these down a little. Make them a little shorter. We'll pull them off the stem. Blue merinos. Are you going to do some cute stuff for yourself for Halloween? Or are you all about just selling it? Let me know in the comments here. Are you like, no girl, I am here to make the dollars? Or are you like, I gotta have cute stuff too? I know I have a combination of both. So I tell you what, I'm gonna put these in individually, but then we're gonna come and also do the, I'm gonna take this one out and we're gonna cut it a little shorter because it's a little bit longer than I think I want it. So let me pull it out. If you just take your time and gently pull it out, you won't rip a big hole of the foam. So when you do tear them, you got to clean up those edges because they won't go in neat to your piece. You got to make them neat and clean. Okay, now let's take and fix around her little hat here. I think a little shorter will be cuter. There we go. And I'm going to put this one in. And then just cover that glue with the, you know how I'm usually using moss to cover glue. If you're a normal blue merino, well, none of us are normal. Let me rephrase that. If you're a regular viewer, then you know I would use Spanish moss to cover that, especially if you're in design school. But in this project, we're using the black garland the same way. And then I'm popping all these cute little berries in. And then I'm just going to bring the pine over the top to hide it. So now she got the cute little hair in the back too. So hair in the front, hair in the back. Look at her. She's a diva. She's feeling good. Now, I want to do a little bit of fun stuff on the hat too up here. I'm going to use the combination of the curls and the berries. But let's take and get that bow in the bow zone real fast. Remember, we made this on another video. So you'll be able to grab that video and put it watch to learn how to make it. Basically, we call this a 2-1, and then we did a pop of just a tail in here. I'm gonna need to put a longer, I'm gonna need to make my own floral pin in the back. So I'm gonna grab this. This is a piece of wire I saved from another stem. And watch, you can make your own really big U-pin. So I just fold it like a V. There it is. And then run that through the back of your bow. I probably put a cable tie in the back of this bow when I made it, but sometimes I'm getting ready to take pictures of the bows and I take the cable tie out. So, duh, I needed to leave it in there. So the reason we want that longer wire is we got to reach way back here. So we need some room to get back to it. So just adjust. You can always make your own wire U-pins and use to put your own bow in. Now, different ways to put bows in, very practical, would be just regular straight up and down, where you'd have that black and white straight up and down. That would be fine. I generally like to go whimsical, and I want to kind of angle the bow. And so I'm going to do that, where this is going to go in where the black and white kind of goes up at an angle. Okay? Just because you're using a floral pin, you still have to glue into the foam to keep it in place. So I'm going to put the glue on, and we're going to push her in here very carefully. I'm going to put her in that back foam back here. Why is there glue on this tail? Tonight's not the night. Everything's not going to be alright. 'Cause you dipped your ribbon in the glue. Now you gotta cut it. Fail. That's okay. We'll just recut these where they match. So I'm going to re-dovetail them. Somehow I dipped that in the hot glue. Rookie mistake. So I gotta cut this other side to match now. If you accidentally do that, it's not the end of the world. You just sing a song and you fix it. Especially if you're Looney Tunes like me. Alright, we're gonna be, I don't know if we're kicking these heels over. We can always just leave them loose and then we can kick them over when we get, wherever we want to display it or take pictures. But I think I'm not gonna permanently glue them together and make them permanent. Okay, so she's super cute. She's got berries, she's got garland, she's got this touch of whimsy with the black and white, and we're gonna take some little curls to add just a little bit more fun to her, and we're gonna use those up here, kind of coming out from the hat and around her whole body here. So let me fix this too. See how this one's kind of jetting out and it doesn't match this side? If you see that in your piece, just come back and just say, hey, I'm gonna trim that down, no big deal. And I'm going to make it a little shorter and go back right where it was. Okay, and you may not notice that till you get towards the end of it. Just like I did. I didn't really notice it as I was manipulating this chip into how I wanted her. I was molding her to what I wanted. There she is. Super cute. Alright. I like that better. Isn't she cute? Alright, let me grab my other curls off the ground. Of course, I always drop something on the ground that requires me to move to get it. But I will get it. Aha! The other curl. Okay, so these curls, I'm going to use them kind of whimsical, and I would like to have a couple coming from behind the bow with just a little bit of berry, and maybe, we'll have some coming down. But these are going to be my last and final touch I'm putting on, so let's separate this into a couple of sections. It's pretty easy to take one long one here, trim it, and then you'll have a baby one right there, okay? And I think these would be fun to come out from behind the bow, kind of shooting up a little. So I'm gonna come in here and put a little glue, and we're gonna need to just go in kind of behind the bow a little into that foam. Now don't worry that you just have to bend this back a little. All right, no big deal. And then what I want you to do is I want you to have these curls reach up. Anytime you've got anything that curls, you get these cute little picks from Keleas.com. You see how I can manipulate them and I can really let them be whimsical? Do that. You don't have to use them just how they come flat. Take and play with them. They're so fun to manipulate into different directions. So let's do the same thing here. I'm going to leave this one, I think, all the way long, because we're going to do what's called create a line. So when you're designing, you've got, you know, direction, you've got flows, but then you're able to create a line that draws the eye through the design. So even though this is fun and whimsical, there's a lot of precision we're going to use. We're not just going to stuff things in. That's how I teach in design school, and I'm going to show you guys the same way. So this is how this pick is right here, right? It's kind of mirrored. So if I were to bring it down, and it would be exactly the same way this way, right? If I were to manipulate it that way. But I'd love for it to swoop that way also. So if I want to do that, all I've got to do is bring these this way. And now it can be just almost like an S-curve line working through the middle. Okay, if I nerded out too much on curves and curls and lines, just have fun creating too. I get excited about weird stuff. I'm sorry, Bloomerinos, but this is what I love to do. Okay, we're going to come in the bottom with this one. I just swirled it in. Come in down low, and we're going to go to that back foam. I want to hear it crunch in. Once it's crunched, I know it's in, and now it's going to flow down. And what I want you to do is take and start to move them around. Y'all, I hear Honey Bunny moving the hose out there. Oh, Moo just walked in. Hey, Moo. Hey. Do you have a quick question you need to ask, Moo?
I can wait.
Okay.
It's fine.
So we're making a cute witch. Do you think her legs should cross? Right now we're leaving them out.
I think it should be out.
You like it out?
If it crossed, it would, like...
I told him she's kind of loose, so, you know. Now we're going to take and put the last curl in over to this other side. I'm sure you guys are saying, hey, Moo. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the love. I'm going to take my last piece. Once I've got my curls in, I'm happy with my flow. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of triangle placement. Pop this one off to the right. And you can see how I'm letting this just flow differently. And that's going to go over to that side. So even though we use the curls, we didn't use them like the hair. We use the berries like the hair. We're using the curls as the accent pieces. And we don't have to have tons of stuff. We just have 3 elements here. I'm going to pop in my last berry, kind of coming right underneath the bow, like it's a little bit of her bangs. And I think we did it. We did it. I think she's super cute. She's fun. She's whimsical. You can add brooms. You can give her candy. You can give her more pumpkins. You can go to town. But this simple recipe of berries, curls, hat, and legs is easy peasy to follow, and you can do it too. It's too fun to create some pink designs with the pop of black, and y'all, we're going to pull in the drama of Harlequin to this design. It's going to be super duper cute. So let's get started. We need a primary focus for this wreath, and you know we'll have our whole supply list for you over at Keleas.com. You can also text us supply. It'll send you the entire list of the latest supply list we have online, and it'll give you exactly what we're using. So we're starting off with a black swag, and I've kind of made it flat to get it going. So this is designed to be solid and strong to create a swags on. And it's a one-stop rock and roll piece. So it's fluffed out and ready to go, and it'll work great with that black behind the bright pink. So we're going to put in a cute little pink plush hat. And the way I like to do that is kind of have it go a little bit catty corner so that its little body can sit out here. And what I'll do is I'll run a cable tie right through here, and we'll just attach her. So I'm going to make a couple little holes, and then we'll run it right through. Put my cable ties up because cleaning. Yeah, that was brief. So you run it through, and it just goes like that, and then we're able to put it right on our base. And I wanted to do it just kind of a little sideways right here, so it'll be super cute. I'm going to go a little higher than I think I need in case she sags down any. And then I'm going to just cable tie around. I want to get around that support base on there because you want it to be nice and strong and not flopping. There, that's good. And you can choose which angle you want. I'm going to hook her to the right. All right. So once she's on, I pull it really tight, and then I'm going to trim that end off. Okay, beautiful. Now I'm ready to put my picks in. And one of my main cute picks is the witch's broom. Super cute witch's broom. And I'm going to have that kind of coming off her body. I think at the same angle that she's at this way, and just tuck it in. Now you can either take off that bow or use for something else or just leave it on. But I'm going to have these stay in the same angle because I've got a plan to use these bows on here in these areas. So Once I know where I want that broom to be, I kind of grab another cable tie and we will get it ready to attach. So I'm gonna bring this down a little bit, and you can use the wires that come on the base too. I just like to, if I can secure it to the main base, I'm gonna do that also. Especially on stuff here in the background of the design, because I don't have to worry about it popping forward for dimension yet. This is all in the background. So just make sure it's on there tight and safe, and then I'm gonna cut that piece off. And I'll leave her little bow up here because you won't be able to see it really when you're rocking and rolling. Now it's pick time. And I'm gonna use a couple of different picks. They're actually kind of sprays. They're large, but I want them to be large to shoot off the design. So I have got 2 of these and 3 of these curly picks. So I've got 5 total. So I'm gonna start off with the curlies. And we know we're gonna have a bow here. So I want my first curly to kind of come up and off to the right, right up the middle. And I can manipulate these. That's something I'm always teaching in design school, is we're gonna manipulate the pieces we're putting in to work for us. So trim this down to about a 6 or 8 inch stem. You still want a little length on it because I want to be able to come off the design pretty high. Oh, sorry guys. Let me put you guys up a little bit wider on the camera so you can see up at the top. So I'm going to put a little glue on my stem. I've gone into my electric skillet with hot glue. And then I want this one to kind of shoot right up the middle. So I'm going to go down right behind the hat. And what you want to do now is grab some of the pine around too. So we have glue and we twist it in. So we got double protection, double the fun. And then I'll twist a couple of these in too. So that's something I'm always showing my design school students, how to make things very strong and stable. And you can see it's going up a little bit out of the camera. Let me see if I can move you out just a little. It's tricky because I don't want you to miss the bottom. So the first piece is in and we can bring it down a little too. Oh, perfect. Super cute. So we're gonna work off that to place our other pieces. So our next one is gonna go over here to the right, off to this side right here, okay? And that'll be a great piece to kind of have under the hat. So I'm swirling that in the glue. And this one's gonna go right here, kind of where we have the witch's broom. Matter of fact, I think I'll go under that witch's broom and kind of let this work out here. And then I'm making sure the pine's holding it for safety, and I'm using that glue to hold in there too. Isn't that cute? So cute so far. Easy, easy peasy. Use these curls, they are too fun. And then our third curl, I'm gonna use it coming below down here, kind of coming out right on top of where we have the broom down here, okay? So let me trim that one too, stem down. And we've got this cute little stem rocking and rolling. So these swags are meant to be easy, and the bow is really the focal points when we get ready to put the bows in. Now I did the bows on other videos for you to catch here, and they'll all be linked in the supply list, so you won't have to worry about missing a thing. But our curls are in, so I've got 1, 2, 3 curls in. Now let's put the bows in. So the bows, we did a couple of different ones. I did a funky bow. So that's one that doesn't have long tails. The tails go up and down. And I know I want her way up here, kind of tucked off to the side. So we're gonna put her in on some of those pine pieces up here and just secure it right in. She's gonna look super cute up here. And I kind of like her sideways. And let me make sure she's not gonna slide off. And trim that stem of the cable tie. And I'm gonna fluff these up. Now I like for the bow to break the plane of the hat and kind of come over and kind of be over the top of the hat too. I always think that looks cute and fun. So you're gonna see me do that a lot when I put bows or pieces in. Okay, oh my gosh, how cute is that? Now our second bow is gonna work opposite. Remember we put this way, so these things can work the opposite way. So this one's gonna come in right here. It's gonna go between these 2 curls right here. And it's going to be at the bottom, and that will look super cute because the broom is right next to it and the other curly pick. All right, so we've got our basic bows in. They're not basic, but they're pretty good. Well, we can't call them basic bows. They're higher level bows. But you could do them. You could do them, guys. Just follow the bow video. You can learn how to make that bow and put it in there too. Now, let's let these come down. Now, you can see the lines, like we have the broom going this way with the body of the hat. And then we have our super cute bow tucked in here with our curls. But we're not done yet. We're gonna take some of these pieces right here that are our curly picks, and we're gonna add these in along with a little bit of black pine over here to kind of fill her in a little more dimension. Let me show you, let me show you, let me show you. So this is our pine garland that we use, that the base was made out of. We're gonna take and add a little bit of picks in here to fill it out, and then add the curly picks. So what I want you to do with this is, we're not gonna use the whole garland, we're just gonna use a few pieces, and I want you to take and make some cute little picks to kind of beef up your base a little. So you can take a garland, and if you use this trick at Christmas, you can do the same thing. You can beef it up with little sections right here. And then that adds just this cute little touch in there. So I'm gonna take and put in one of these right where this curly pick is, right behind it. Oh my gosh, see how cute that is now? And I can kind of add some body to that area. Okay, I love it. And you can definitely let your curls curl all around it. Now let's grab one more piece. And I like to keep these on hand for every season, different colors to fill in. Just because you can add so much body without adding a lot of price. Because these are less than $20 and you can get a lot of cuts out of them. All right, so just make sure you stay with the proper direction. I'm gonna take a couple and have them come from under the bow. So that means I need this one to kind of come down just a little as she's flowing out of the bow for a second, just to kind of fill in. There we go, a little more body. Let's put another piece up there with that top curly pick. I want her to be popping, y'all. And she is already popping. Can you imagine her on a white front door? She's going to pop. I'm going to make this one a little longer so we can go up there with that curly pick at the top. Okay? And you can add as much or as little as you want. I just like filling in a little bit with these. So use the same technique. We got some glue going in, and then we're taking and weaving it around. And we're adding some great body to the whole piece so that those curls have a little more pizzazz. Yes, I like that too. All right, let's take a look at it. I think maybe a little bit under this one too, on this side. I'll put a little bit under there, and I think we got it. So we didn't even use half the garland, just about a third of it, I would say. Let me do my last piece. Now, if you want more coming out the bottom, you could do that too, but we kind of want the tapered look, so just keep that in mind. All right, let's put this one under here. So I'm just gonna give it a swirl in the glue pot, and then you're gonna not only glue it in, but you're gonna come back and you're gonna make sure it is secured with the pieces of pine from the base too. Make sure it's on there nice and tight. There we go. And then pull your curls to the front. We don't want to hide them. Pop that bow back over. Get our hat looking super cute. She's so cute. She's got her hat, she's got her broom. Yeah, that pine adds a great bit of pop of dimension. Now can you see how cute? Oh my gosh, super cute. All right, now it's time for our curls. And these curls come in threes, so we're gonna break them up so we can get a couple of different pieces out of them and use them all around. So just take and cut everybody. You do want a little bit of a longer stem as you can get on here, so we can get this into 6 pieces. Because I want to use this all around my whole swag, okay? So cut this one a little bit longer. We're gonna do that with both stems. Really the middle one is gonna have a shorter stem than everybody. So but let's start at the top with our longer stems and really kind of complement what else we've got going around. So I'm gonna start with having a couple come out from underneath my bow up here. So I can let those rock and roll out of here. And we already put a little extra pine there, so that works great. I can use that to hold on. Just go around and then let that curl come out. There's number 1 curl, super cute right there. Let's put number 2. I'd like for it to kind of come over break the plane of the hat. I'm a big fan of that, like I told you. We want our other elements to overlap slightly. Give it that little mixed in look. Instead of it just like set in there, it's mixed in. Oh my God, cute. So we've got 2 curls there. Now let's come pop a couple. We've got this fun one here. Let's put one like coming out of the middle of the bow down here, kind of coming up. I love this polka dot in there too. So I'm gonna get a good amount of glue on it. Yes. Glue, glue, glue it up. Keep that glue, blue merino spirit up. Okay, right out the center. Perfect. Fluff your bow. I like her coming out of there. That looks cute. Now, let's come work down here. We still have 3 pieces left. I really want to use some coming out of here. Let me move the camera a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit better. Are you going to see it? Let me zoom in. Right down there to the bottom. Right in here. I'm going to take my first piece and let it be nice and long. And kind of come out of my curlies. Come on out. Yeah, coming out. I love how this matches perfectly because it just doesn't, it just coordinates so good. I can see a little of my glue, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the pine covers it right now. You take care of that when you see it because you will forget about it and you don't want it to get shipped to somebody if you're selling them and you missed covering up some mechanics. We're going to try to be super professional in our designs and finish them out nicely so we can charge, you know, premium prices and provide premium quality work. Oh my gosh, those look so cute in there. I love that, I love that. Now I'm going to take and trim down this tail just at the top just a little bit. It's a little bit longer than I want it, but I like it overlapping just a little. Perfect. So you can go right there. All right. Now this last piece, I think we'll put it out of the very, very top. So let me bring her down a little and I'll show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring her out at the top. I'm caught on the nail. She's got a hanger here at the top. That's the nice thing about these swags. They come with a hanger built in. Y'all, I love that we beefed it up with just a little bit of garland because really that gave us an inexpensive pick to put in there to make it a little thicker and fuller. And y'all, we did it! Oh my gosh, it's so cute! Look at her! Oh my goodness, she's the cutest swag. If you love making projects like this, you've got to come join us in design school. Head over to wreathteacher.com. I'd love to have you on our class. It's keleasdesignschool.com or wreathteacher.com. You can come join us. And every week I'm teaching designs like this, even higher level. But I teach you step by step, so it takes you through the process easy. And any level you're at, you can take away something from our class, whether it's construction, business tips, or maybe you're just beginning and you need to know the basics. We've got it all for you. We're gonna make the cutest swag guys on pine vase that is only 24 inches long. But don't worry, we're gonna come way off of it and we're gonna design beautifully right on top of an economical piece just like this. We've got an entire supply list ready for you. Just let us know if you need it. It will also be in the description of this video. We are going to be using a couple of ball picks. We're going to use 3 of these purple, orange, and black. They are just excellent to use for Halloween. Of course, we got our cute little witch's head. We're going to be using this one. And her legs. Her legs are going to go in there too. They're scrawny, but they're perfect for this look. Oh, and 2 ribbons. We're going to use some ribbons that have all those colors because we'll be making a pretty bow to go in. I have taken and flattened out the swag base. So these are 24-inch swag base, which are kind of smaller than you're used to using if you're designing a lot. But they're perfect for things where you don't even care if this part shows. We just want this to be our support for the whole design. We're going to take these pieces, and we have already shaped them up, or as I'd say in design school, we've shaken hands with them, and we have spread them all completely out. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to lay them on the base, and we want them to come way off. We don't even want to see the pine. By the time we get a lot of our supplies in here, we want that to kind of disappear. So I'm going up high that way and just crisscrossing them, and we're going to make them into somewhat of a little bit of a triangle pattern. And when you do that here, you'll see that they all intersect right here in the center. And you know that's where you're going to want to get a cable tie and tie them on tight to the base. So I'm not even going to use glue yet. I'm just going to cable tie this in right to the middle. So get that nice and tight. Okay, and now this is all nice and stable. And guess what I can do? I can manipulate all these pieces however I want, right? And use them to shape out with all of that dimension and movement. That really matters in the final look of your piece. So I'm going to cut this off, and what you want to do go around is cut off any of these wires that are just kind of overextending and we don't need them. We need them at that crisscross point, but then any of these other pieces can just come right out. Okay, now this little piece here I'm also going to trim off because it's going to be hidden behind her head. And you know what, it'd be much more effective if we could use it up a little bit higher here. So anything that will be hidden by another main piece you're going to put in, just kind of take them, cut them out, and glue them right where they are. Just make them a little bit longer. So I just glued that into the pine, and I like to give it a little twist around, just a little more support there. This one also here will be covered, so I'm going to pull it out, and we'll hold it off to the side, and we'll bring it back to the foreground. So let's get the head in, because that's going to be something that's taking up a lot of space. She's got this really cool hair. We're going to split the hair down the middle, all right, and I'm going to put her in off to the side with her hair on either side. That way I can make sure that hair is going to get shown really pretty above the bow and not just be hidden all up. So I just separated it out. I also have glued her hair, not her hair, but her hat just back just a little bit so we can see her eyes really good. Now she is going to go off to the, kind of off to the left, because I want her to be a little bit off center right here. Pull her hair off to the sides. Now I want to go ahead and mount her right here. So I'm going to grab a cable tie also, and we're going to tie her in right on the back of her head right here. Okay, so just cut a little slits into the, it's kind of feltish, so it's really easy to just trim into that material, and it doesn't, not heavy at all. And you can see how I've just gone through her head. Now I'm going to take and just flip this around, and we're going to cable tie this to these pieces that we have right behind here of pine, and we'll have a nice secure placement of her head. I'm going to get that nice and tight, and she's just going to go shoot off to the left, which is perfect. And then her hair will come down later, but right now I'm just going to keep it out of the way because it's one of the cutest things we've got going, but I don't want to get it all mixed into the pine yet. Okay, so her head's in, her cool picks are going on behind her, and now we're ready to get her legs in. I love these kind of projects because they do go quickly. They're fun to make. So her legs, they're going to go in here. We want them on the same angle as her head, so she doesn't look like her legs are totally. So I'm going to kind of just come right here where her other pieces were. Let me trim it down a little bit. So we're going to put this right in that same area, and I'll cable tie her little legs in also. Right in there, and let me grab another cable tie and we'll put them in. See how cute? Now, after that, we're going to be putting in the ball sprays, which make it so easy to kind of get all those balls put in this piece easily. Now look, take and bend her legs up funny, get them going cute, let her kick them up. Yeah, isn't that cute how her feet are going over here? Look at that. And this bow goes right into her body here, and her hair is going to come in around it. You see how cute she is already? So keep that in mind. That's where the bow is going. We've got to add those balls in, okay? Now we have this line going of her legs, kind of from her head this way. We've got this line going with all these balls here. So now we're going to add this in, kind of working against that. And we want these to work opposite right here. So once again, you're going to make another cluster. When you're doing these little cluster designs, they go very quickly. So I'm going to take and trim both of these down. And we're going to add a cable tie in between to secure them. This one, we're going to go opposite each other and go right here. Okay, and you see here, I'm going to bring that hair down like I talked about. Bring it down a little bit. Put the balls right there. Oh, so cute. Now, get this tight. And we want to attach this to that same center section where we're putting everything else. So we'll have our 2 ball sprays going right over the legs and all the other pieces. So it makes it super strong here in the middle. Very easy to do, but nice and strong. Okay, go opposite. Cute. And everybody's wire, remember, so you'll be the hero when this is done. Okay, that's in. Now, before we even fluff up, what I want you to do is put the bow in. So one more cable tie in that same zone right here, a little bit below her chin. Hey, that works great. Then I get some balls above and some balls below her chin. Go in under, put the bow in. Now you can angle that bow kind of like to match her hat and her legs. So that's going this way. So I would suggest doing that too. Just give it a bit of a twist and bring them down. Okay, now let's get that tied again. We got to get it in there tight so we can get it on. Isn't she cute? And you're going to be shocked how really stable she is and well constructed, as opposed to just gluing and poking pieces in. We've got a really nice, strong swag that you're going to be proud to hang on your door or to sell in your Etsy shop. This type of pieces usually sell very quickly for me because they're just simple and easy, and they're just what the doctor ordered. And if you've been wanting to try one of your own pieces like this, I encourage you to give it a try. Now, our last little ball pick was left, remember, from everything else. Look how cute she is. She's so cute. Y'all, make sure you catch the finished pictures. This one we're going to take, I'm going to swirl it in the glue pot here. And we're going to take and just tuck this in on this side of the bow, into the pine. And then that'll give us a little bit of that same pick coming out of the bow. This bow we're going to make today, we want to be, you know, really vibrant and have a lot of character. So we're going to start off with our fun polka dot in the back, because that's kind of the whole theme we want to set. And then I have to pop in some orange. I got this neat glittery orange that's going in here, and then this stripe. So the combo is going to be really, really cute. So I'm going to pull these off to the side for a sec, and we are going to start off with just our polka dot. I'm going to load that on the bow maker. And this particular bow is just going to have tails going up and down. We call these funky bows because they're funky and they're fun. So I'm just going to dovetail this at an angle, and then we'll kind of get started here with my tail. I've got it at 8 inches, so I'm going to put that in the center. And then I twist forward and I have that tail coming up. Now it's time to have a lot of fun with loops. I'm going to do 3 loops at 6. The wreath we're going to put this on is for one of our kits. So I want to make sure that it's nice and loopy for the particular design that we are placing it on. It needs to have some length on the loops so it can work with the background of the wreath. I'm going to take and twist. 6 inches here. And twist. Now separate these out. One more. All right, and then this tail is going to go down. Now that one's, look, I got a little lazy. It got too big. So got to come back and fix it. You can't have one tail being just wild out there. Now I'm going to cut this at an angle downward. And I would like to add like a little bit more tail in there. So I'm going to add this one, and we're going to just cross it the other way. Everybody likes a little more tail in their bows. Look how cute. Isn't that cute? So that's our starting point right there with what we've got going. Does it look good? I like it. Now, I am going to bring in my next layer. And for me, that is going to be the orange. I'll pop in some orange here and really get that Halloween feel going, the vibe going. So once again, I'm going to cut that at an angle. And we'll keep these at 8 inches and put them in 2. The first tail is going in. And now I'm going to do a couple loops at 5. One here on the left, one on the right. Every time I come to the center, I'm twisting. In design school, I always work on teaching you the logic behind what colors we're putting together. Why are we doing that? What direction do we want to create and flow with the bow? And what's the purpose of the bow? How is it, you know, how is it directing our eye in our design? I love teaching you the flow, the lines, and all that good stuff. So, yep, when we use the ribbon, we're helping accentuate that in our design. Here comes our stripe. With the stripe ribbon, it is more of a woven, so I'm going to take and cut it at a dovetail. So sometimes you use a dovetail to help control the ends of the ribbon. So I just folded it in half and cut it down at an angle right there. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in, and we're just going to have a little pop of this in the center at 5 inches, and I'm going to let that pop up. Cute little tail. And then one more here on the right, the little loop, about 5.5. I'm sorry, 4.5. Scrunch that down because it's a little smaller. And then this is going to bring in the whole pretty assortment of colors. I just cut that straight across, and now I'm going to dovetail it when I fold these together. Okay, and just cut that at an angle. A super cute dovetail going in right there. Oops. Can you guys see here better? There you go. I dovetailed that one too. All right, now it's time to take it off of our bow maker. I'm just going to put our ribbon aside. And what we're going to do is grab our cable ties here. I'm going to use one right going through the center, just right beside my dowels. Gently pull that up, add some pressure. And now you got it nice and tight. Not too tight, right? And what I'm going to do is take and rotate my fingers behind and just start to fluff this guy all up. And you want to get all the loops layered up the way you want them. And Design's going to talk more about our placement and why that's really important. But basically, you got to get it nice and loopy to get that volume, you know, just like your hair. You want volume. Not as bad as the 80s, but we still want volume. I tighten that up really, really good in the back, and I trim that off. And then my last touch is to add a center ribbon. And we're going to do something a little bit different today. So in our center ribbon, we're going to cut a long strip of the green. Not a little one. More like a probably 24-inch strip, a big one. And I'm going to take, and we're going to just fold the center. So I'm folding it into a little strip like this. And I'm going to run that down like I normally would to hide our mechanics. And listen, if y'all have never been here for a bow video or a wreath making video, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow so you get more notifications whenever we're live again. But even better than that, grab a spot on our email list at Keleas.com or get on our text list and we'll send you a coupon right away to use on the website. On your first order, text us the word VIP to 832-734-5201, or you can go to textkele.com to sign up there also. And boom, you will get all the info you need to never miss another video. And of course, learn all about design school and joining us there. Look how pretty that is. So the thing I did different is I left these tails nice and long through the middle so we have some more whimsy going on. And we can cut them to whatever length when we get them on our finished project. But isn't that a sweet bow? I know you could do it. And I can't wait for you to see the video we use this in. So if you haven't seen that yet, ask in the comments. We'll be happy to give you the link to the project. But this is the cutest Halloween bow, and I think you're going to love making it. This design here, we are going to make some matching ribbon clusters that coordinate with our bow. And this is all to go in one of our cutest new wreath kits. So if you haven't seen that yet and you'd like to see the video, just let us know in the comments and we'll give you the link so you can learn how to make the completed project. Yep, we'll show you how. So I'm Keleas, if we've never met, from Keleas.com, and I love to teach floral design. And one of the funnest things about being in the Halloween season is literally we can have so much whimsical fun and cuteness. I'm not really into the gory, but I love to have fun with cute stuff. So we're going to start off by making some of these clusters. Now we've got our beautiful bow, and I love the combination where we use the polka dot, and then we use the orange, and then the stripe. And we're going to do that same thing. This is really easy. So what I want you to do is I want you to take about 16-inch strips of ribbon, okay? And so they're not too long. They're just about 16 inches, just like this. And you're going to cut one from each color. Now, it is a little cuter if you'll dovetail them. So just fold and cut up to get that dovetail right there, right? And we're going to do that on all three colors, okay? So it's nothing really, really complicated here. Okay, so we're cutting the ribbons, we're dovetailing each one, and they're 16-inch strips, okay? Start off with one of each pattern. And then all you're going to do is you start to layer these up. Now, there's all kind of tricks for cutting these faster. There's tools you can use. Literally don't get too fancy. You just want to keep it simple here. So I'm going to cut one of each, and I'm going to show you the concept first. And then once you kind of get a feel for it, you can add more or less. So you're going to just layer these up like this. Take your whitest one. For us, that's the stripe. I'm going to put that on the bottom. And then I'm going to layer my little orange one on top. Okay. And then I'm going to put the green one on top. So I've got all three here together, right? And then just gather them in the middle. You make a cute little cluster like this. And then you can take and just pull these out and have so much fun with them when you put them in your finished project. So it's just a really simple cluster. Now, if you want to go bigger than this, we can keep layering, and to the extent where you can crisscross them like this. This is easy. So I crisscrossed up a little cluster like that. Let's say I want to make it a little bigger. And I'm going to make a couple more pieces. So I'm going to cut me one more. And you can make as many of these for your wreath as you want. And the idea is these are pops of ribbon that go in your design all the way around. Kind of like if you were making a mesh wreath where you would add your ribbon tails into your design. Yep, I've made mesh wreaths before. But in this case, we're going to use it in a regular design. But we can still do that for a cute pattern of tails that is in there. And so you just stack it up. I'm going to cut some more. Now, I like to dovetail them because I think it's a cute little finish. And then we'll come through the middle and just gather them up, okay? So grab a cable tie. That's how we're going to secure it. My favorite thing to use. You could use a pipe cleaner or a wire, but you know, not me. So I'm going to come through, and even though they're not exactly in the straight angle here, I'm going to just gather. You make the cutest little cluster, okay? Run your cable tie under. Now remember, all these ribbons are wired, so when you get ready to put this in your design, you can easily fluff them out. Isn't it cute? It's such a simple little bow. And these kind of bows work for lots of embellishment, so don't forget about this type. We're using it for tails in our wreath this time, but you can use it lots of different ways. So my last step is going to be to go in the back and add a way to attach it to my wreath. So for me, that's also going to be a cable tie. I'm going to, well, here's a good one. I'm going to put this right in the back too. So I'm just putting it right through there and get it even a little bit tighter once it's in. Now, this is how I attach it to the wreath, and I'll cut this off. And ba-boom, you've got the cutest little tail cluster. You can make as many of these as you want. In this kit, it comes with the sign, which is super cute, and it starts to introduce the colors that we use in this design. And then from there, we've got to pull in some ribbons. The kit comes with full rolls of ribbons too. And so I've got a great multi-stripe, a solid orange, and of course that green polka dot. You're going to love how this comes together. Pulling all those cute colors in too, we're going to have a number of picks. I have got this one cute, this little bat, because, you know, when you're happy haunting, why not be a little batty? And of course, some glitter curly sprays. Oh, and I forgot, the most important part is you get this really neat wreath base. And this is so special because it is flocked and it has that neat texture, a light glitter, but that sets the base for such a great foundation for the design. And all of that comes in the kit. Yep, you can get it right here from us. We'll drop the link in the comments if you ask, or go to our text list. If you just text us KIT to 832-734-5201, you'll get all our latest kits, and you can pick the one you want. And don't forget, if you spend over $100, you always get free shipping. And if you're a design school student, you start getting access to discount codes at the $100 threshold. So go check the dashboard in the portal if you're already in our class. So, hey, and if we haven't met yet, I am Keleas. Nice to meet you. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, you come back for more, and when you're ready to take your wreath making to the next level, please come join us in design school, where I love to spoil, teach, and mentor you in all the ways so you can have the most beautiful home in the neighborhood. And yep, when you're ready to sell your work, I'm happy to support you on your journey that way as well. I mean, when I saw this bat, I was like, we got to design something around this. This guy is so cute. So that's where we came up with our color combo and picked our ribbons and the whole collection from. And I knew I really wanted to pop the green on this design so we could have like a ton of that glitter and fun going on. So the only thing you don't get in the kit will be like your glue, your cable ties, your wires, stuff like that. You'll have to have that in your stash, and you'll need some scissors and wire cutters to make that happen. But once you kind of get into the creative spirit and you start doing more and more crafting, you're going to need those anyway. So let's get started. Now, with your base, when you get it, the first thing you want to do is kind of shake hands with it. So I'm going to take and just open these up a little bit, separate them out, and they're all wired, so you don't have to panic too much because they're nice. And they've got a good body to them. And once you kind of spread that out a little, we're going to put our sign just right through the center. Putting on a sign is not sexy or pretty or beautiful, but it has two built-in hangers here, which work perfectly to line it up with the base of the wreath. You can use wire, cable ties is what I'm going to use today. If you use something darker, like this is a dark brown, it's not going to show up as much in here. And one of the tricks for putting this on is just start with one side, okay? And then we can level it out with the other side. You don't have to panic. Now, we're going to go into the frame of the base here. So I'm going way into the frame. And I'm going to get this one side on. It's going to look wonky, don't worry. You're not going to tighten it all the way. You're just getting it kind of hanging there starting. I told you it's not fancy, but this is the way you get it started, okay? Now, I'm going to bring the other side over, and I'm going to wiggle it. Now, I can move the greenery behind it, that black greenery, move it around to get it where you want it. And now I start to work on, is it level? Is it how I want it? I'm going to come in from this other side, and you're going to come and go through the hole again over here and do the same process. I'm sorry if I'm blocking your view, but you get my drift. You get the drift. You get the gist. I'm coming in through the wire frame because I needed to hold it and not let it sag down too much, okay? So get in a little tight. Now, it's not real tight yet. We just kind of got it hanging there. Now, your next job is while you're wiggling this in place, and I like to do this instead of flat on the table. I like to do this hanging on my wreath stand so I can know exactly how it's going to sit. I know I want it here. So I'm going to hold it where I want it and start to tighten these up equally so I can keep getting it a little tighter. Yep, a little tighter. And because we use that dark cable tie, you don't even see it. Look, there it goes. And once I'm happy with it, it's in, I'm good to go. Now, I'm going to take and pull out my pine on either side because I want it to be kind of equal. All right, so I'm going to pull this out here. Basically, you're fluffing. Okay? Hey, I love that. Just like that, boom, sign is in. Once the sign's in, we're going to want to get our bows in next, okay? And we're going to use a combination of bows and ribbon tails, and by the magic of boom, here they are. And guess what? Yeah, I did a separate video for you to be able to learn how to make these, and we'll link that below. You can always check the supply list for the projects too. They always have the extra links to all the videos. I know I want to put our bow that we made down here in this white right-hand quadrant. Start down here. And it doesn't have a lot of long tails. It has a couple of little ones that we did as a fun little treat when we tied off the center. So this guy is going to go right down here. And I want him to kind of be hanging off the side a little. He has a cable tie on him also. So I'll just come in here and we're going to attach this to one of the actual greenery pieces coming down. Just pop that in there. How cute is that? I'm going to get that nice and tight because I don't want it to be able to pull off. And that'll be our first accent we're putting in. Now, you can ask design school. They will tell you, Keleas doesn't really like to put in bows before the elements are in. I don't, but I realize when you first start creating, it's an important part because you need to know kind of the space they're going to fill up. And then later when you join design school, I will tell you all the tricks for helping you know what's going to go, where they're going to go, and how we're going to pop them in. Now, I'm going to trim this tail too off. a little bit just to match this one. And I think we're looking pretty stinking cute so far. All right, now we're going to go opposite of that, and we're going to put one of our tails in. So this is kind of like a tail bow. It's a way to add tail clusters to your design, and we're going to do the same thing. And it's going to go way up here, all right? And I'm going to attach it to some of the same pieces and get it in there. So you do need to use cable ties for this one because we want to hold on tight to the greenery that's in here and make sure it's snuggling right in and poofing out. Look how cute that is already. I'm loving it. And then I'm going to cut the cable tie for the sign. I never came back and did that. I got it. Now let's go opposite that over there. And we'll get a good distribution of all of our color. I think right there or right here. You can decide. You can even make 3, whatever you want. But I'm going to go over here, okay? Kind of coming down a little bit. I got to go to the other side. Come over here, buddy. Really tight. Pull it to the front. I want to make sure it's holding on. If I were you, I might take a little glue and just make sure these aren't going to pull off any of these pieces. Especially if you have to kind of put it towards the tip of a piece where you feel like, oh, it's not holding on to a lot. We can always put a little glue in there to make sure it's going to stay. Okay, let those tails go wild. I love that. All right, now really the hard work is done. The bows are made, they're put in, they're fluffed however we want them. We still have a lot of ribbon on our rolls because your kit comes with full rolls. So you can make more or less or add more touches of the ribbon if you want to. Now it's time to get our bigger elements in, which are our cute little bats. They go in next. And as much as I'd like to just glue into here, we really have to wire because we want to make sure they go in and they don't get pulled out. So you're going to take and grab another cable tie. I pulled one out. And so use a dark colored cable ties. We don't want to see this. And I'm going to run this right through the frame of the wreath. So this is a little bit more tedious construction, but I will say it holds up a lot longer when things are wired and not glued. So it's a really nice professional way to put your design together for the long haul. So I'm going to bring this one in here, make sure I've got it behind my cable tie, and then I'll just pull this tight. Okay. Now I didn't cut the stem yet because I want to be able to bend him up. See how cute? I want him looking up. Now that I know where he's going to be, I'm going to trim the cable tie and trim that stem because we want it to like look so cute at us. You do look cute, buddy. All right, so I'm taking those 2 pieces off and he's in. Now we're going to work opposite him with this little girl. She's going to come up. She's going to go into the frame of the wreath also. And then I'm going to take and cable tie her down here. And I want her to kind of come up. So you want to use the wires. You see how I'm still working in my shape? Once I picked a direction, I stayed with it. And everybody's kind of flowing around, right? They're flying. These little baddies are in here. I think these baddies eat glitter. They're not into the blood sucking. They just like cute little glitter fangs. Let's get it in here tight. You can use glue too, but the thing is if you do, you're going to have to hide it. And you'll have to have some additional type of plan to kind of hide the mechanics. So the cable ties that are dark colored just disappear right into the background. And let me trim the stem off on this one. You can also actually, instead of trimming this, I can actually weave the stem in to the base. Just bring it in here. And you could use more than one cable tie if you need to hold it a little bit more. But just get them bending, and I like how they're kind of flying around, okay? Easy, we got that part done. Now, your next part, these are going to be our curly picks. So you're going to want to take every one of these and fluff these out. And they're going to work in between all of the pieces we have in here. So we've got 6. That means we can use kind of 3 on this side of the wreath and 3 on this side. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is just go ahead and put them in first, okay? You're going to tuck these in. You need this wreath kit because this comes together very quickly. It is adorable. I'm literally just tucking these in right now. Now, we're going to put one coming out of this bow because that is so cute. Right beside here, kind of part of the bow. And that'll kind of tease those ribbons up right there. Look at that. Now let's work our way down. one right behind our cute little bat, right here, and then 2 more over there. Let's go around. Come on, come on. Let's put one up in here. Look at this. And 1 more down. So once you know exactly where they're going to be, my next step is going to be to tie those in. So grab more wires or cable ties and we'll start putting them in. Just reach into that base. You're going to tie it right to the frame. Because you know it's exactly where you want it. I like, as long as you use those dark cable ties here, you're not going to see a thing. And we can come back and trim that off from the back later. You don't even have to trim them yet. Here comes my next one. Grab them right close to the base when you tie them on, okay? That way we know it's in there tight. I once sold a wreath to Universal back in 2017 that was similar to this. Lots of glitter, cute, had like a little skeleton hands with glitter. And it was just sweet and simple. And it was really cool. I got to see, I knew I had sold a wreath to Universal, but I actually thought that it probably went to somebody who worked at Universal and they were just having it shipped to work. You know, I didn't know that it was actually going to be used in their Halloween Horror Nights, one of their scare zones. And so I saw it later on another YouTuber's video. Shout out to Tim Tracker. I love Tim Tracker and Disney, and he also does Halloween Horror Nights stuff too from Universal and Universal content. So it was different than this, but similar, where it had this color combo. So I just thought about it, and I didn't even celebrate it a lot of the time because I was just so excited. I should have documented it and been shouting it out to the world, but I was just like, Tim Tracker, just show my wreath. And the girls were little and we were all in the living room, or actually we were in the kitchen, and all of a sudden we were like screaming out, that's my wreath, that's Mommy's wreath, that's Kiki's wreath. It was so cool, so cool. And I was like, yeah, I did sell it to Universal, but I sold stuff to corporations before, but never thinking that they were, I just thought somebody there was buying it for them, I didn't know it was going to be a prop. How awesome. I'm still working my way around. I'm halfway there. Just takes a little patience, but you know what? You're going to end up with the nicest finished design. And because of the way this base is made, it's really lends itself to this type of construction. So let me come over here. Here's our little pick we put in. I'm going to try to put this one a little bit deeper. So I'm going to put this one behind it, and then I'll come back and put the bow in. So there is something to be said, but potentially just waiting a little bit for tying it in. I want that bow to be a little bit deeper than I put it. Okay. And then you see here, I can trim these off once they're tied in. They don't need to show behind. Just trim it off. All right, bud. You look good. You look good. Let me put my bow back in. I want to put this one in a little deeper. So I'm going to add the cable tie back to the back here. We'll just take it a little bit more to the base, so it sucks in a little bit more, because I'm going to put this curly pick coming right out of it. Yeah. Maybe a bit of the black. That gives it a little more depth in and out. And this one I've already tied in, so we're just going to bend it and have it come right out of that bow. All right, that's our last one. Our last one, yay! Let's put this one going up higher. I'll move that tail. Get in here, move your tail, buddy. You gotta talk to this stuff, guys. It's kind of like when I'm in my garden, how I love to talk to my plants. Same difference. There you go. Trim them off. Okay. All right, let's get in there. Now it's time to play with the curls. That means you can pull them out a little bit, have some fun with that. You gotta fluff out your bow and make sure it's pretty. That's one of the reasons I had putting it in early, because then you have to fluff it and fluff it. But you know what? When it's this cute, it's gonna turn out a winner. It's going to turn out a winner. Are you ready to do some haunting with us? I think your door needs a cute little haunt like this. Adorable. I know you can make it yourself. This time you don't even really need glue. We just use cable ties. You could use wires, but you can see how easy it is to attach it with cable ties. The darker the color you get, which you can get black at your hardware store, it'll help hide all your mechanics, and you can make one just like this. Good to see you. Come on in. Say hello. It's Bow Wednesday. Tonight's bows, we're going to be embellishing them all and putting fun stuff together and coordinating some neat collections. So I'm excited about it with you. What I thought would be fun is if we added a lot of embellishment to the bows and play with them. I even heated up the glue pot in case we decide we want to glue anything in. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I will be using my Easy Bow Maker. The other things I generally use is I'm gonna use scissors, wire cutters, and I use cable ties to hold the centers of the bows. And the other thing I like to use, using wires in the back of my bows, because sometimes I want to be able to sell the bows just how they are. And these are 18 gauge wires. We're gonna have some of these wires on hand too, and I'll be putting those in the back. A lot of times I do use cable ties in the back too, so you may see me alternate between both. Well, guys, all this stuff is going to be available on Keleas.com. We will have a list for you at the end of the video so you know everything that we worked with. But I'm going to use this ribbon. It's so cute, and I like it because it has spiders and bats on it. Can you see that? I'm going to use that one because I want to put I'm going to put a really cute bat in here. Let me cut this. We're going to do long tails, so I'm going to do a 20-inch tail. Now, the only thing is this pattern goes this way. So I really need to start with measuring it like this. Okay, that's 16. The whole thing is 20. So I'm just going to pop this in. This will be my first tail. So I'm doing it a little bit different, starting with the tail. And then I'm going to trim this. So one tail in. Now we're going to put the other tail in, going the other way. And we'll have our two long tails started, and we can start on our actual loops. Let me give that a cut, and I'm just cutting them at an angle. I love this. It's so cute. You guys okay, I need to know in the comments. Let me know. Are you candy corn people, like eating it? Tell me if you eat it, or you just decorate with it, or both. Pick one of those words. I want to see which one you're doing the most of. All right, let's get started then. I'm going to put my first loop in here, start with the tail. And I'm going to start at 7 inches, okay? This is going to be a big one because I want to add all kind of fun stuff to this bow. So go a little bit bigger at 7. So I've got 2 loops on each side, guys. They're both at 7 inches. And remember, keep them nice and loopy. Now, if you're a beginning bow maker and this is the first time you come to Bow Wednesday, number 1, say hello, introduce yourself, tell us where you're from. We'd love to meet you. You might have a neighbor watching. The other thing is you can go back and watch some of our other videos. You guys, we also have the new library available on Keleas.com, which has a lot of great wreath making tutorials on it. So make sure you check that out as well. But what I'm saying, this is a little more advanced what we're working on today. So if you feel a little like overwhelmed, go check one of the other videos. I love decorating with candy. You know, even real candy corn is so cute in glass jars. It is super cute. I'm just putting one loop of the black in there just for a little pop of the polka dot. So we've got everybody's at 7 and then this one is at 6, okay? Okay, y'all ready? Watch this. I'm gonna put a big old bat in here. We just played with these bats in design school last night. I didn't show you guys yet. It's the cutest. It's a cookie. It's a bat cookie. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it in kind of in the back here and lay it down, kind of get an idea of where it would be in our bow. I think right about there as we start creating. I realize this is backwards to you. I'll flip it around in a minute, but I want to kind of layer these in. Look how cute that's gonna be. Okay, I love that. And then I want to put some candy corn towards the front here. And I'm just gonna mix it right into the middle of my bow maker. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute is that? And I think I want a little candy corn coming down too. We're getting after it tonight. Okay, I'm gonna overlap these right through the middle. And I think I'm good. And then I was thinking, let's put a little bit of a bow tie on the front with the cute little pumpkins on the top. So I'm actually building this right in the bow maker. These are just so fun to do, guys. And basically, when someone buys one of these, they're gonna get like a whole little fancy bow. Okay, so I just take, when I'm gonna do a bow tie, it just means it has no tail. I'm gonna kind of space it out how I want it. I think that's cute, and then I'm going to trim it. Okay, just right here. Isn't that stinking cute, y'all? Let me tie it up, and then I will take and we will, I will show you how it looks. Now, I'm not putting the bat in there yet. I'm just starting with the bow, and then we'll add the bat in a second cable tie. These are added right in. I'm going to rotate that around back, and I've got to fluff this guy all up right now. And that candy corn's running right through the middle. Isn't that cute? So cute. I love this stuff, y'all. I love it for Halloween, for fall. Think about this in your little shops, on your Etsy stores. You add things like this to your bows. No one else is going to have that. Nobody's going to have it. It's going to make it original. Okay, I'm going to add to the back. Right now I'm going to add one cable tie to start. Okay, and then I'm also going to add that attachment wire. Remember I talked about earlier? We're going to put both in there. When you're happy, you got your attachment wire, you got your cable tie, we're pulling it tight now. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? I love it. Now let's flip it around. And we got to get this bat in there. So cute. I want these curlies coming up, and I want that bat running right through the center. I've got a cable tie right here. Remember we put that extra in the back? So now I'm going to attach that right down here under his little, however high I want him. I just want him to come out of the top of the bat. So hold on a second, I'll get that tight. Work with me, bat! Okay, you see how I put that over to the side and just kind of cleaned it up real nice and neat? So this is my wire. So this is how they can attach this to whatever they want. If I sell them, my end user, this whole bow with all the fun stuff in it, okay? Now I need to trim this off. I don't need it that long, so we'll just trim it right here. Tight as I can to where it won't show, okay? Now let's flip it around. See what we got going on. Oh my gosh, now fluff it back out. How cute is this? This is so cute. I love when we play with this. Now, the last thing I need to do is I need to cover this little bit of the green cable tie in the middle. Look at this bow. Y'all, you know we're going to have to put this on a wreath now. So let's cover up the green cable tie in the middle with some of that black polka dot ribbon. And we'll put that right in there. So you can see I'm going to run this right down the middle. And you do have to kind of work around your candy, your cookie. It's no big deal. Kind of come around it. And if you need to, you can bend that stem out of view. Just give it a bend. There you go. And now it's in the back. I know, it's so cute. And then I'll straighten that little bat back up in just a second. Let me get this tied on there. Look at this. Okay, can I get some hearts? Can I get some hearts? Look how cute this is. She is so cute. I love that. Come here, buddy. Isn't she precious? Let's see if I have something I could put her on. I have these little, they're more of a, picked up these little cute little, they are like a Frankenstein head. I think she's a little big for that. But I was thinking, how cute would these be? It's a little smaller attached to the side of this container, or if this container was a little larger, that'd be really, really cute. Little piece. It's not going to be that little, but it's a great little piece to add to different areas in your home. And I'm going to show you how to easily make one of these. I'm going to pull up your comments here. If you are commenting on TikTok and Facebook, I can see those just fine. If you're over on YouTube, we'll be having monitor over there too. And if we don't get to you live, I'll get back to you on the replay. Absolutely. Let us know you're watching the replay. We always encourage you to interact with us, and we will try to comment and help you along your floral design journey. You know, one of the fun things about Halloween time is we get to use different elements in our designs that aren't necessarily floral related, but we're going to use them in the same ways with some of the similar methods. And I find that just a blast. So it's an excuse to get to use plastic spiders, fun balls, bats, all this neat stuff in our pieces. So today we're going to use as our base this cute little bat pumpkin. It's foam. It's really easy to attach things for. We generally are putting these in wreaths because they're lightweight, but today we're going to make an arrangement that's kind of low and lean on here that will be really super cute. So once I decided what I was using for my base, I went ahead and came out with a color palette. So I used purple, orange, and green, and black. And then to pull the black and white from the pumpkin look, I'm going to use this Harlequin, which is always super duper popular. Now this is just a small section of one of our long 9-foot garlands, guys. And I use this as a nice filler at Halloween. It's inexpensive when you get a big garland. I think maybe 6 foot, maybe not 9, but however long, you can get a lot of cuts out of there for the price. So this is a great filler, and it works good. You know where we would use moss on fall things? Then we're going to use that in here. All right. Oh, good. I see you guys coming on. Hello, Blue Marinos. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Then I picked out this really fun ball pick with the curly balls and all that, and that's going to mix well with the witch's hats. So you're going to come up with a combination of all of this, and we're going to have a complete supply list for our project for you on the website. If you've never visited it with us before, I am Keleas. This is Keleas.com, and on there we have all the floral inspiration you need for working with silk and artificial flowers, and of course at Halloween, bats, balls, twigs, fun stuff like that. So even before we prep our base, let's make our bow. So I'm going to put this stuff to the side, and let's make a fun bow. Now we don't want to overwhelm the pumpkin with the bow, so let me grab my Easy Bow Maker. If you haven't never been here on a Wednesday where we do bows, that is the days we do bows. Now, if you would like our live notifications, we have a new notification system. So if you will text us the word live to 832-734-5201, text me the word live. It'll send you directions how to get that set up, and you can get a notification every time we are live. You can go back and look at those notifications later. They have links to the supply list, links to the videos. It's just really convenient for you to see what we made, when we made it. And if you've missed anything, you'll be able to easily find it. Now guys, today I am not seeing any comments, so I apologize if you're saying hello and coming on all in. I am just seeing that a lot of you guys are watching. So welcome Connie and Margaret and Peggy. I'm glad you're here. Hey Dorian, I know you guys would normally be saying hello, so I'm not sure what the deal is, but this show ain't stopping. I know you're here. I love you all, my Blue Marinos. If you want to say anything, I think I can read comments on TikTok. So if you need to get hey Keleas, you really want to get it in, come over to TikTok and I can respond probably better there. All right, let's get going. This bow, remember, we said we're not going to make it overwhelming. So I think we're going to keep it like a funky bow where we just have some fun little tails and a little bit of tail up, tail down, and not quite as many loops. So let's just do it with, I think we're going to do it with a 7-inch tail. It's a little bit shorter than normal. And I'm just going to go for this one loop right here out to 5. So I'm going to do a loop and 2 tails. Okay, so I'll just scrunch it down. This will be a different bow than we normally make. We can't overwhelm the design with ribbon, okay? Or you aren't even going to see the pumpkin. So on this one, we're going to go a little bit slower and develop our pattern with tails and loops, okay? So let's come on the other side with the black and white check. Y'all, you know I broke my spool holder and I haven't put another bow maker together yet. I've got plenty of bow makers here, but I'll get there one day. There's other fish to fry around here. Make that tail matching on that side. And I'm going to come in and make a loop on here. We're going to go at 5 offset. Just one little pop at 5. And then we'll have 2 tails and 1 loop over here. So, hey, how whimsical is this going to be? And I really wanted this ribbon because I wanted to get that purple from those witches' hats. I really wanted that to pop out of there. All right, now this is super cute ribbon. And we have really cute spiders coming, but none of them have arrived yet. So this is the spider ribbon we're going to put in there to get that little pop of spider. And I'm going to have this one stay over here with the shorter, the 1.5 inch wide tail. I'm going to put that on the other tail. We're going to kind of mix it and match it. Hello, y'all are awesome for all coming in. I apologize for not being able to say hi today. I don't see the comments. They're not coming through. Facebook's always doing updates. We are always staying confused over here. So this loop, I'll do it at the same F5, and I'm going to scrunch it. And I'll have 2 tails. And I made these just a little bit shorter with the spider. So a really whimsical bow, not matchy-matchy, just all kind of fun. And if we want to come in and add more loops to your own design, go for it. All right, let's take that off with our cable ties and get this one super cute. I would ask you what you want in the center, but I know you're not going to be able to reply. Well, you'll be replying. Tell me. Maybe on the replay I can see it. So, hey, what would you guys like in the center of this? Because I'm still going to put a little piece down the center. Oh, fluff it out. How cute is it? It's such a sweet little bow. Y'all tell me, and whatever you put, even though I can't read it, I can tell you if it's the same. Instead of a cable tie, we're going to put a floral pin in there because we're going to push that into our cute little pumpkin in a second. And if you've never made something little, the thing you're going to find is it kind of comes together a little bit slower because it has detail work. But it's super satisfying to get it the way you want it. And your challenge will be, if you're a seller, if you're not in our business course yet, you want to think about grabbing a spot over at CoachKeleas.com, because your challenge is going to be to price your smaller pieces right, because your tendency will be to price them lower because they're smaller, when the fact is they may take just as much time as something larger. So keep that in mind. You don't want to devalue your work by charging too little. All right, I'm going to put the Harlequin. You might have guessed. I'm putting the Harlequin. Orange and black buffalo plaid. Ooh, that would be cute. I like that idea. I'm all today in using a bat one. Y'all know I love Halloween, and when our new Halloween supplies arrive, y'all are going to be so excited about it. So fun. More goodies coming every day. And these are going in our pumpkin that has bats on it, this bow here. Okay, so super cute, really whimsical bow. Now here's our base. Now, hey, let's say you're going to a craft show and you just need some really quick, easy fillers. Okay, like you can just pop on a bow, pop that in, put a couple little picks, you're done. You don't have to go over elaborate. You know, I'm not going to do that. We gotta soup it up to the next level. All right, I'm going to take a little block of foam and we're going to try to push it right beside the stem. I'm going to push the stem over a little bit, so I don't need to pull it out or take it off. I'm just going to try to put it right beside so I can kind of get this centered. I think I'll cut this down just a little bit. I'm going to cut it out of the frame because I don't want my knife to show. But I'm just going to cut it smaller. Okay. So I just slice that down a little bit smaller. And then we'll bring it, and we're going to glue it right there. Hello, Sue and Donna, Rosemary. Good to see you guys. Glad y'all could come join us. Let's just pop that in. This is going to be the way we're going to mount everything to the top of the pumpkin. I want to make sure you guys can see that. So hot glue just going on the fabric, and then I'm going to take a couple little pins and push her down. Hey, and remember, if you are spreading the love for us and you are on that text list, let us know, hey, I spread the love, Clay, on the text list so we can enter you for a sweet treat this week. Okay, we are really trying to get our reach up everywhere. So whenever you share the video, you let us know on the text list because we can't tell everywhere else without you notifying us. Hi, Trudy. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Melissa. So these are some floral pins. I'm kind of toenailing them into the foam and to the pumpkin. That's kind of my backup plan, so I'm never relying on glue. And hopefully Nicole is in the comments. We're helping anybody who needs links or anything. Because today I'm flying blind. I'm flying blind. Foam's on, that's good to go. Now, when we're designing this, you're going to have to think about balance because we don't have this on a heavy, heavy base. We could, but we don't. We're keeping it a little more simple. Now, I'm going to take, and we're going to cut some pieces of this and start to, I'm going to get our base looking neat and clean. It's kind of get a shape going. So I'm just cutting these into little mini picks. So when you do that, leave a little wire there. Y'all, if you're not coming to our boho workshop next week, you want to come. I'm a floral design teacher. I'm not just a designer who says, hey, stick it here, stick it here. I'm going to show you how to do it and the reasoning why. So you'll notice I never use a pick machine on my designs because that's a time suck for me. I don't want to do that. When I was selling thousands of wreaths a year, I needed to make these quickly. So when we cut these, we're leaving a little wire. But that's the type of stuff I'm teaching in design school. Not only just for those of you who want to just design for yourself, but those of you who want to learn and dabble in selling your own pieces. All right. Yay. Thanks for the follow. You're awesome. Those of you who are following, liking, and doing the spreading the love, you're the best. Okay, you can see I'm kind of creating a shape. Yes, the boho workshop. Hopefully she can pin a link. I wouldn't be able to tell you if Nicole could. Nicole's my assistant, guys. If you ever see her in the back end, she's helping and making everything go smoothly. The boho workshop, we're going to be doing all fall-inspired boho. So that's kind of a trend that is using a lot of natural elements, more kind of earth tones. And it just mixes so neat with fall. And that workshop's happening next Thursday. It's a paid event, all in a private group. If you are already a member of our design school, you get that included in your membership. But if you're new and you'd like to come join, we'd love to have you. I'll be talking more about it every time I'm live. But we have a whole page that tells you about what we're doing, the times. You don't have to worry. Everything is totally recorded if you can't make it live. But it's all fall excitement next week. I mean, we've already been doing it, but now we're bohoing it. Okay, pumpkin is ready. Now I'm ready to start kind of putting my bow in and working around my bow. This is one of those cool, super long picks. And so what we're going to do with it is we're going to break it down into actual sections. And if you've never done that before on a paper wrap pick, you'll see on Keleas.com we carry lots of paper wrap. So this is wrapped in paper because it's super easy to tear. And why would I want to tear rather than cut? Keleas had 2 different hand surgeries from over-cutting in mass production. And tearing just saves time. So you're just going to pull and tear these down into these different little sections right here. I'm just going to tear those all down. And then we've got, from that one huge spray, which this spray is a good price too, we're going to make this into smaller pieces. So I'm going to take and separate these out and then cut them. Uh-oh, y'all. The Moo of Life has just entered the room.
Hello.
Hey, Kaya. Hi, we're live. We're streaming everywhere. We're making a Halloween pumpkin on the Bat Pumpkin. What do you think?
That's cool.
Right now we don't have comments, so unfortunately if they're saying hi Moo, I can't read it back to you. We got a kind of a glitch going on.
Okay.
Kaya just got back from volleyball camp over at Texas A&M. So all of the Aggies can say whoop in the comments. What do the Aggies say? What's their word when they say it to say hello?
Oh, I don't remember.
Your coach would say it.
Howdy.
Howdy, yeah. Kaya, they have all kind of traditions at Texas A&M, so she was learning them all. So we're making this. Did you have fun at volleyball camp?
Yeah.
You did? Good. So guys, I'm separating these into smaller pieces. Do you want to tell the fans anything? You're just hanging out.
Everything else.
Just hanging out with us. I love it. So the reason I did that is we don't need anything super tall for this design. Let me do a little... No giraffes in this one. No, we do not need any giraffes. Now this one is a cute little ball pick, and we're going to use that also, but I'm going to break this up as well. It's paper wrapped. Balls, yes, I know.
Who was that person I'm going to joke with?
That's Katie. That's and that was Lisa Keller.
Yeah.
Balls. We are no longer doing the ball jokes.
What?
But Kai is 12. She thinks the ball jokes are pretty funny.
They are.
All right, we kind of prepped it out all into smaller pieces, and now we're going to start bringing it all together. Oh, I see some love and hearts. Since I can't read comments, if you guys want to say hi to Kaya, can you give her some hearts or some thumbs up or some loves? That would be sweet. Y'all are always so sweet to my baby. Okay, I think before we get too far, let's pop in the bow we made. Okay, it's already on that floral pin. Look at all the hearts, Kaya, and the love coming your way. Ah, yay! I feel like we're communicating in a movie, you know, when they can't talk to the other person and they get a sign. We got a sign! Look at all the hearts. Aw, you guys are awesome. So funny, we can see that, but we can't see anything else. So I'm going to put that bow in. Thank y'all. Look at all the love, Kaya. I'm giving the move life a lot of love. So we got that in. We kind of tilted it to the side. And now we're going to work around this to really jazz it up and make it super cute. Okay, so our fun little more larger elements are the witch's hats and the balls. So I'm going to break these up into two sections. You're still getting hearts, Kaya. Well, you know what? We could use this one all together. I think it would be cute just kind of coming up off the top. Let's go ahead and put it in. I got my glue pot over to my right, and y'all may not be able to see it on TikTok, but everything is getting glued in. So I'm going to push this where it's kind of popping maybe right out of the center of the bow, and then the other one's up above. Okay, now how are you guys seeing on TikTok? I've got to get just a different angle so everybody can see everything similarly. And if you're watching this on TikTok where it won't be the replay available, you can come and catch that on YouTube or Facebook.
Oh,
let's put the witch's hat.
Any comments on YouTube?
You could go check. I don't have YouTube streaming comments. Nicole's usually checking them. TikTok's right here if you want to check the comments on TikTok. The thing with the TikTok audience, they don't necessarily know you yet, Kaya, because we've been on Facebook for so long. You were just like 7 years old when we started, and Kaya would come, you know, in, and she would want to like take over the video. It was hilarious. She always playing the glue pot while I was working.
It was always fun.
It was always fun, yeah. So let's bring one of the little hats to each side, y'all. And we're going to kind of make our ball the center and bring these to each little side. Oh, how stinking cute is that? Let's work our way around. Oh, it's so cute. So you can see we're keeping it minimal, like it's small. We're bringing it around. Kaya is now in the glue pot. I reminded her about the fun she used to have in the glue pot. Now she's back in it. I know, we don't have the big glue pot here. It's at the warehouse.
Yeah, but like the glue level is so little.
Oh, you want more glue?
Yes.
Well, you can refill it. She wants to put glue in there.
Where's the glue?
Okay. Really cute. Thank you for the follow. Here's the glue right there, Kaya. All right, we got a little jazz of the green and the purple.
Gosh, that's like the Bee movie. You like jazz?
Kaya, we have no idea what you're talking about.
The Bee movie.
Oh, the Bee movie? I don't think I've seen the Bee movie.
It's like a DreamWorks movie, and it's so good, just like Shrek.
Oh, you love it?
Mm-hmm.
You guys, have y'all seen the Bee movie?
You like jazz?
You're so
Do you
funny.
think I have to cut this in half?
You do have to cut that in half. That's the only thing about the little glue pot. You can't put the full glue sticks in it. You got to get the little glue sticks. So guys, I'm putting the little twiggy pieces in here to lighten it up. Now think of these like a greenery or grass. I'm going to use those in there too to get some dimension and depth. And I'm just going to spin her around. And we're going to have a few come out. I love it! Oh man, and these are wired so we can really kick the base of them out. How cute is that? So we went from the bat pumpkin to the little witch's hats. And then I love that big ball right in the center of the bow. That's super. So be looking at your Christmas decor that you might already have some balls. You can definitely introduce them into your Halloween designs. Anything that's got a little bit of a glitz to it would be fun also for fall.
You can also do like a night before Christmas thing.
Oh, you definitely
With,
could
like, if you had stuff from Christmas.
You could. You could add that in. I'm going to cut this one even smaller so we get a couple smaller pieces. So just pay attention when you're cutting that you get the most out of each stem. And the reason we had to put that bow in is we've got to work around it on this. Just bring it down. Oh my gosh, it's super cute. Look. Oh my gosh, super duper cute. Look how cute this is! That is looking super cute. Thank you. Can you see their name, Kai, on TikTok? I'll read their name. There's a comment there. We're so excited to have one comment today. Is that Glamour Sea Designs? Is that what it says?
It says glamour. Wait.
Spell it.
It's so bright in here.
I know, there's a lot of light on the
There's
TikTok
like,
screen to read. It's Michelle. Oh, hey, Michelle. She told us who it was. Yay. Thank you, Michelle. Me and Kaya are talking to you. Yay. Alright, I'm bringing this one. We should talk more about glue pots. We can do a whole nother video about glue pots, and Kaya can tell the joys of glue pots. So I use these twigs all in around to kind of add that depth. So cute. Now, we've got these little fun, we're only going to use a couple. Like, this is not a lot of supply project. We're just making the most of the supplies we have. I'm going to put these around the focal point of the bow and the ball. The ball and the bow. I'll push that one in. Ah, so cute. I guarantee you I sell this at the store right away. Because I don't care if you like floral design or not. This is a cute little piece that some people want to buy our real expensive wreaths and things, but they just don't have the budget or the room or the space, but they can't resist something small like this that's so stinking adorable. Look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? Ah! So I hope you understand what I mean. It takes a little longer because we're just putting so many little touches in, but in the end, it's totally worth it. Okay, now, hey, I normally would use Spanish moss to fill all this in and hide, but that doesn't go with the look of Halloween. So take your garland. So this is all off of our big garland we sell on Keleas.com. All of these supplies are available. The supply list will be up on the website for you here shortly. We will be putting it in our notification center. So if you haven't signed up for notifications yet, you want to go to textkele.com or text us at 832-734-5201. Text us the word live, and it'll tell you how to become a member of our notifications. And then what you can do is go back and hit the resources in there for you of the last supply list, the last videos. You'll never miss a video. Anything we do live out here on the page, you won't miss it. So I'm taking these in and I'm using them as little, kind of like I ball up the foam, but we're going to use these as full pieces. Hey Sue, hey Rhonda, hey Letta. I still can't read anything, but I can see you're here. Thanks for being here and supporting us. Let's bring this one around. This is the base wire, so it's kind of chunky. I could use it. Are you using a foam pumpkin? So this is a actually designer pumpkin with fabric on top of it, but yeah, it's foam underneath. It's got bats on it. We also have this available in a ghost design. Oh gosh, Boo would be so cute on there if we had a Boo.
What?
Like if we just had a cute little Boo that we could pop in there.
Oh, I thought you meant like, I was just like Boo, like you were gonna say.
Ah.
Oh yeah, did you buy those sour strips?
Those are for you.
They were good.
They were good. You ate them all.
No.
Okay, because those I saw at the grocery store, and I thought you would like
You
those.
should have bought more.
Well, they cost money. Yeah, the kids forget things cost money. And it's candy. I thought you'd like the mango flavor.
Oh, the mango flavor was.
Y'all, Moo Alive's here with me. The Moo Stir.
I love sour candy.
You do love sour candy. You're like your grandfather. Grandpa loves sour candy.
That's why I go to his house most.
She knows where to get the stash.
Within his little.
See, she even knows where it is. Let's just take a double look.
I mean, not. And he has goldfish. I mean.
He bribed you with goldfish? Oh, smart man.
But not flavor blasted. Flavor blasted is better.
He doesn't like the flavor blasted.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it. It's flavor blasted.
So what do you think, Kaya? Pretty cute? I think it's pretty cute. I think we did really good. Klee here, and we are going to create a door hanger together. It's going to be super fun and easy, and I know you can do it. We're going to start off with our base, okay? And our base is this cute little kitty, and we are going to upscale it. We're going to take it to the next level for sure. Let's get this base started. The first thing I want to do is I want to change the look of this. I don't want it to be so rustic. We're going to make it more modern and jazzy with some glitter. So I'm going to cut off this little bow that comes on it. And a lot of times you can cut them or just pull the tails. You never know. It might be that easy. Look, boom. Comes off like that. And look, we've got to clean the slate to start off the whole project here. You can do as simple as add a new bow with some picks. We're going to do it a little bit further than that, a little bit higher level, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to use some foam on here to kind of prep the base. So the first thing we want to do is grab a little piece of foam. Now I like the green floral foam like this. It's dense. We're going to cut it into a small piece. Now if you use a small piece, you got to make sure everything that goes in it is pretty small so you don't crack it. So, but it's okay as long as your picks are small, you're good. I like to put a little Gorilla Glue first to get it on my surface, so I'm going to pop that up. We're going to kind of use where the bow is, but I'm going to go up just a little bit higher up here onto this picket. And then it'll be so cute because it'll add, you know, just a little touch of height in our design because we can go way up here. Now, I'm going to dip this in the glue pot and we're going to get some hot glue on it. I got my hot glue pot off screen. Now, let me show you how much I've got on there. A good amount. See, a good amount on there. You're going to want to take that and I'm going to scrape it off just a little bit more. I got a little too much. And then I'm going to wiggle it into here. It's going to go right here. On that picket, boom. And between the Gorilla Glue and the hot glue, it seems to hold really well, no matter kind of what the finish is. So you're going to let that set up a second, and then we're going to start on our picks. Our picks for this project, we're going to use these two. And I picked these out because I'm pulling the colors from the kitty. Just like in floral design, you have to pull your colors from your inspiration. And the kitty's got black and purple, perfect, and the pumpkin is orange. So we can do different looks with this sign, but we went with the glitter and the really fun look. So what I'm going to do is separate it first out, and we're going to get the black picks out of the back so I can kind of create my base. Now, when I teach floral design at Keleas Design School.com, what we do over there is we kind of create our perimeter with greenery. We can do that same thing with our first element we put in. So I want you to cut out half of the section here. We're going to section it out. You're going to take half the glitter pick out. I'm going to do it like this, okay? So you're going to have a nice little long twig, and that's perfect because this will help us set our length. Now, all of these picks are wired, you know, on our website, Keleas.com. I like to have lots of really good quality pieces. So these are wired, ready to go. Trim them down to a 1 inch, okay? And we're going to do that on both picks. I want to get that twiggy part out and then trim it way down. So I'm cutting that out, then I'm trimming it down. All right, now take and shake hands with these, and this one's going to go to the right. When I say shake hands, that just means we're going to spread it out, shape it up. All right, see how pretty that is? I've got the smaller pick, the larger pick. And what I'm going to do is come in, and we're going to put the first one in the foam. Okay, and we're going to start to shape out our perimeter. So this will be my longest pieces. You see that kind of going over? Perfect. Now my second piece is also going to be the twigs right here. It's going to come in on the left. All right, so over here, kind of coming down. So you can see how they're opposite. That's important. Even on smaller pieces, you always want to think about your placement, your depth, and your dimension. Those all matter in your design. Even when it's a simple one like this, you got to keep it in mind. So this one, I want to come down and kind of come scooping around my design, okay? I call this breaking the plane. When you kind of, there is some, it's not, you know, it's not flat. I don't make flat things. I really believe in dimension and taking your design up a little to the next level. So you can see we're overlapping the design a little with that twig, but that's totally fine. We like that, we want that. We're creating the base here. So with these little wispy black picks, this is all from one pick. We are totally gonna make the most out of this. We're gonna cut these into twos. And when we do that, we know we're gonna have two pieces, one little one, one little bit bigger one for each side of our design. So we're gonna kind of stick with the same directions we already have. So we created a transition point right there in the middle, and now we're gonna go down and up, okay? So that one's going in right there, pretty. And then I can have one going up. The little twigs, can you see all those? They're kind of hard to see, but they're wispy and fun. I love that kind of stuff. And I'm still gonna stay in the top up here. All right, and even though we just glued that on, we've got it in a good spot. It's sitting on the edge. We're ready to rock and roll and keep working with it. Now, grab the money part of the pick. This is the cute part where we've got the balls and the spiders. We're going to put some of these in next. And what we need to do is separate these also first. So what I want you to do is spread them out. We're going to keep the curls in one section and the spider in the other. Cut these down into 2 separate sections, okay? We have this cute spider and this ball on one pick. And let's put her kind of coming up to the top. All right, I want that to kind of pop out a little bit up here and really be kind of to the middle. Isn't that fun? Oh gosh, how cute is that? That's perfect. Now, we've got still, I've got the ball and the spider on this one, and I've got the curls. But I almost want to put my bow in next because the bow is going to take up a lot of real estate in this design. And then we can work things around it and kind of use the less expensive ribbon, because you can make several things out of the ribbon, to fill in, and then we'll pop the glitter balls and the spider all around it. So that way this project will be cost effective too. If we want to resell it, it's definitely an option to keep that way. I have already tied the bow for you, and that's a separate video. We'll have that linked in the supply list also. This is a 2-1 funky bow right here. And you see how cute it is? We pulled the same colors. Just like I teach in design school, I'm showing you here today, we pulled the purple and the orange from him, and we've got them in the bow. And then I added that pop of glitter black because he's black. And I love that. Now, this has a floral pin in the back. That's a U pin. And it's allowing me to push it right into the foam with some glue, but it's a little long. So I'm going to just gently cut over the trash can these 2 little pieces of metal. You guys cut it over the trash can so it doesn't end up in your foot or your eye. Be very careful when you cut those little pieces of metal. All right, and so I just shortened it down. And now I'm going to bring some glue to the pins. And we're going to push that right into our foam. And I'm going to put it a little cockeyed here. I like it to be this side. Oh my gosh, that spider was perfect. I just wanted to make sure we could put the other spider perfect too. You see how cute these are? They're so simple and so cute. And listen, even if you're not a seller and you just want to take a sign you already have, you can upcycle it, but you know you can grab this entire kit from us. If you love this cutie right here, this can go on your door as soon as you can whip it out and make it. All right, so let's grab the other spider. I'm cutting it off that pick, and I'm gonna like this one kind of, I think it'd be fun to have it kind of coming down over here too. Now, anytime you have a curl like this, I can pull it out a little and let it just pop up, and then move that spider around too. All right, let's go in the glue pot, and I want to totally pop it in to my foam down here. And the nice thing is we're kind of camouflaging this really well with all the other pieces that are going in here. Oh my gosh, I love that spider, and he can kind of be under a little black ribbon. And I like to do that, break the plane and come over and do that. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. All right, now it's time for our curls. So we've got our cute little curl picks. Can you believe we did all this with just a couple of curls? I love that. These picks we were able to kind of cut into several pieces, and that makes them super valuable. So let's see if we can get one kind of out here and over to the side, right around with this cute little whimsical curl. I love that. Let's come in right here. I'm gonna try to put that right in the middle. Perfect. Just kind of curl those in right there. I love it. And then let's take this other one, and I'm going to have this one work in also kind of coming in this line. So part of floral design is creating lines, and that's something we also teach in design school. And you can see we've kind of done it here. We've created a diagonal line to crisscross this bow, and that really pleases the eye. And we use some beautiful colors to kind of all go together here, of course, for the Halloween season. Isn't that cute? Now we've got those little wispy picks left. Look how cute these are. All right. Now you can cut these down even smaller, and that's what I'm going to do because I want to fill in tight to the bow with these to kind of break the plane of the bow. And what that means is overlap the bow a little bit too. That gives you that little detail that's super cute. And you don't want to get in such a hurry creating you forget to do your little details because they matter. All right. Especially when you're going to take this and pop it into a craft show and sell it really fast. These can come together quickly, but don't forget about your detail. So I took those two and I make sure they kind of cupped up around the bow, and that just adds that wispiness. I love it. I've got one more piece here, and I think I'm going to go to the outside. right over here just to kind of overlap the bow a little bit more, right behind this piece of ribbon. And you got it, guys. Now, just use a little Spanish moss or anything. You know, if you have a little black garland, you can use that to hide any mechanics, cover up any floral foam that you can see. We did a great job of getting it covered here, but if you have any, just use a little to make it look professionally finished around the edges. And you could even, if you wanted to scale this up one more notch, if you buy the black ribbon, you'll have extra ribbon, and you can totally take and change out the jute hanger, staple gun this one on here, and go with a black glitter hanger if you want to just soup it up just a little bit more. So many options to do on this design. You can go to town. But you guys, you can grab all these supplies at Keleas.com and you can make your own cutie like this. I think he turned out great, and he's super easy. If you're a beginning designer and you just want to get started playing with some florals and you want to do a little fun Halloween piece, this is a great one. This is also an excellent one to go with your grandchildren. Order a kit, get the supplies, and you can pop in and have the grandkids over and make one for them to take home. And you can even use a Sharpie and put their names on this. And if you're selling this in a craft booth and somebody's got a black cat, you can say, would you like me to personalize it with the cat's name right here on the bottom? Oh my God, so cute.